Chapter 604 Cultivation Achievements. Please subscribe. The vast martial realm, since the ascension of the first martial spirit 100 years ago, had gradually buzzed from its once silent and dead state. It was Lin Yuan who had opened up the martial realm, which was far larger in scale than both the ocean of light and the abyss of darkness. Even martial spirits had not explored it to its endpoint. Over the centuries, with each ascending martial spirit, 3 areas gradually emerged in the martial realm. One area was the convergence point of martial spirits from the Longshan family, primarily centered around Longshan City. Another area was the convergence point for martial spirits outside of the Longshan family, primarily centered around Myriad Phenomena City. As for the third area, that was where the great Longshan Patriarch cultivated, occupying the most central part of the martial realm, the land where origin source was most abundant. The spread of the martial Tao cultivation skill and the opening of the martial realm both originated from the Longshan Patriarch. Any martial spirit who ascended from the mortal world held immense respect for the Longshan Patriarch. This was the peerless powerhouse who ended the era of gods and ushered in the martial Tao epoch. Nowadays, although the ocean of light and abyss of darkness still existed, and new deities were continuously being born, their power was incomparable to that of the martial realm. Name: Longshan Yuan Lin Yuan. Identity: holder of the myriad realms gate, bound talent, heaven-defying comprehension, divine skills, blood resurrection, divine skills, mountain moving, divine skills, strengthening, divine skills, elemental body, current status, consciousness descent, remaining residency duration 3 years. Lin Yuan slowly opened his eyes and glanced at the rows of illusory text below him. The time of residency is almost at its limit. Lin Yuan looked forward. Everything that was happening in the vast martial realm, he saw in its entirety. As the opener of this world, there was nothing in the martial realm that could hide from him, and it was almost like a second inner world. Originally, when I slew the gods, causing an overflow of worship in the mortal sphere, combined with several instances of popularizing martial Tao cultivation, it merely took 500 years to birth the first martial spirit. Lin Yuan thought. The martial spirit corresponded to the 8th stage of martial arts, although there were notable differences between the two. The advantage of a martial spirit lay in leveraging bloodline power, thus the cultivation speed before the 7th rank was extremely fast. As long as the limit of bloodline was high enough, there were hardly any bottlenecks. However, after reaching the 7th rank and igniting the divine fire, they should, in theory, lurk for long years, secretly gathering worship. However, with the fall of the gods, there was no need to be so secretive. Moreover, with Lin Yuan's presence, martial Dao practitioners were confident. After the first martial spirit entered the martial realm, a large number of other martial spirits were quickly born. In just 100 years, the number of martial spirits in the martial realm had surpassed 1,000. Out of 1,000 martial spirits, there are less than 100 from the Longshan family? Lin Yuan shook his head slightly. He held a definite preference for the Longshan family. His 2 primordial spirits often returned to the mortal realm to clarify doubts for the martial prodigies of the Longshan family. However, unfortunately, the prodigies of the Longshan family were not competitive compared to other talents from different places in the mortal realm. This was quite normal after all. Even with Lin Yuan present, the Longshan family was still just one family with limited members, naturally far fewer in number compared to the multitude of mortals. However, even if the Longshan family had only a few dozen martial spirits, they still held an absolute dominant position in the martial realm. The martial spirits outside of the Longshan family dared not offend the martial spirits of the Longshan family at all. And all of this was naturally because of Lin Yuan, the Longshan Patriarch. Hundreds of years ago, a young member of the Longshan family asked me to suppress the martial spirits outside the family, to oppress the martial prodigies of the mortal world at the source of worship. Lin Yuan's gaze was calm. Naturally, he had not agreed to this request. Lin Yuan's goal had always been set on better spreading martial Tao. As for the rise and fall of the Longshan family itself, he didn't care much as long as martial Tao cultivation continued to spread in this world, it met expectations. As for promoting the Longshan family's dominance at the expense of limiting the development of martial Tao cultivation, Lin Yuan would naturally not do so. He was even gradually letting go of handling the Longshan family. He had not had the primordial spirits return to the mortal Longshan Ling for decades. Their lifespan must be reaching its limit. Lin Yuan looked down, observing everything in the mortal realm. With Lin Yuan's help, the Longshan Fang couple's bodies had reached the maximum perfection allowed by this world. That is the level of a 6th-rank legendary knight and directly possesses 1,000 years of life. However, after 1,000 years, if they still haven't ignited the divine fire, they still have to face death. This death does not refer to physical decline, but the degeneration of the soul and spirit will. With Lin Yuan's strength, as long as he maintained the nourishment of his inner world, the Longshan Fang couple could probably live a few thousand more years. But that's only if the nourishment doesn't stop. However, Lin Yuan was ultimately going to return to the main world. Once he left, the Longshan Fang couple would lose their nourishment, and their souls and spirits would quickly wither. To ignite the divine fire, Lin Yuan's gaze was profound. In this world, igniting the divine fire was crucial, marking the boundary between mortals and demigods. To ignite the divine fire, one must rely on their unmatched will and spirit. External forces cannot play any part in this, similar to the heart demon tribulation from the 7th rank to the 8th layer in the main world. Although there were over 100,000 martial Tao demigods in the past 600 years, that was based on what population base? On average, probably not even one martial Tao demigod would emerge from 1 trillion people. Chapter 605 Cultivation Achievements. Please subscribe. _2 Longshan Yuan's parents were just ordinary people and had not experienced any adversity. Since Lin Yuan's rise, each day had been comfortable, with almost zero chance of igniting the divine fire. Without reaching the Supreme Being, one eventually has to face the limits of lifespan, Lin Yuan realized within his heart. The supreme immortal kings of the spirit realm, the gods of this world, seemed eternally long-lived, but it was only eternity in their immortal and divine bodies. Weak beings, in the face of eternal time, have their minds gradually twisted and decayed, their cognition, their understanding of all things, is influenced by time. The same event might be viewed differently by a being who has lived 10,000 years compared to one who has lived only 100 years. The supreme immortal kings and the gods just haven't lived long enough. Live another 100 million or 1 billion years, and they may go insane even contemplating suicide. The spirit will cannot withstand the test of time. Only the supreme beings, the ultimate existence on a certain evolutionary path, 12th rank life, with eternal and indestructible spirit will, are truly eternal. Of course, even supreme beings will die, but definitely not due to age. Having the door to the myriad realms and many means to protect my life, I could almost say I won't die unless it is by my own actions, but unless I become a supreme being, there will still come a day when I die, and no one will be able to save me. Lin Yuan thought. The supreme beings of the main world also have loved ones, parents and siblings, but unless one becomes a supreme being, there will come a day to die of old age. Those who fully understand the rule of time can use it to control the flow of time around their bodies, achieving an alternative eternity. Essentially, it's about slowing down the time influence on their spirit will. A millennium in the external world may pass, while only a day goes by for the individual, the spirit will experiences just that one day. Now my strength. Lin Yuan closed his eyes, his consciousness descended into his inner world. A vast inner world measuring 1.995 billion square miles, the mysterious gourd containing 7 types of colored liquids. Each type could amplify Lin Yuan's physical body and inner world by 3.33 times. Having completely absorbed the first 6 types of liquid, the final amplification would reach 1.998 billion square miles. And an inner world of 1.995 billion square miles meant that Lin Yuan's absorption of the 6th type, the blue liquid, was nearing perfection, and he was about to start touching the last purple liquid. Maybe reaching the 10th rank is necessary to fully absorb the purple liquid? Lin Yuan speculated quietly. The amplification of the inner world required consideration of both physical and soul strength. The strength here was fundamental strength. Every time Lin Yuan traversed, he would wait until he had recovered to his peak before summoning the mysterious gourd, firstly because he wanted to ensure he had enough power to protect himself. Secondly, if his strength was too low, even with the high-level blood rebirth, his physical soul might not be able to bear such a vast inner world. Spatial layers. Lin Yuan's gaze shifted, looking deeper into the spatial layers of his inner world. Lin Yuan had an early inkling of the size of his inner world, and he knew the amplification each colored liquid would bring, having deduced the final size of his inner world before this traversal began. But the spatial layers? That was a pleasant surprise. The divine lattice of this world, in terms of opening up spatial layers, absolutely exceeded Lin Yuan's expectations. In Lin Yuan's expectations, if he could open up 10 million layers of space during this traversal, reaching the 9th rank myriad heavy realm, he would have perfectly achieved his goal. But 10 million layers of space? 600 years ago, once Lin Yuan penetrated the essence of space from the demigod lattice, his inner world had already reached 120 million layers. Over the next 600 years, Lin Yuan studied various true divine natures and prime divine forms with spatial properties, and in terms of opening spatial layers, he reached 23,310,000,000 layers. Lin Yuan's gaze penetrated multiple spatial layers, and the thickness and substance of his inner world had reached an unimaginable extent. In the main world, when countless ninth-rank strong beings treated the 10 million spatial layers as the peak of the ninth rank, Lin Yuan had already opened up 331 billion spatial layers? In terms of the number of spatial layers, it was 233. 1 times that of the normal 10 million layers at ninth rank, but in terms of actual power, was it not tens of thousands or even hundreds of thousands of times more? This traversal, the gains were truly immense. Lin Yuan couldn't help but marvel inside too. 331 billion spatial layers? This was a number previously thought unreachable by all ninth-rank lives since the birth of the main world prime universe. Lin Yuan dared not claim that the spatial layers he had opened were unmatched in the main world, but being unmatched in history was undeniable. This ancient did not just refer to human civilization, the starry sky races, including those peak clans and unique special beings, could not possess this number of spatial layers at ninth rank. I don't know what my inner world will look like when it transforms into an inner universe in the future. Lin Yuan looked forward with anticipation. The transformation of an inner world into an inner universe represented the utmost sublimation, breaking all shackles and limitations. At that time, the inner universe would not be confined to a size of 10 million square miles, and the spatial layers would naturally evolve into something more profound and vast. As for how much it would transcend, that depended on the original size and depth of the inner world. Hunyi, the strongest ninth-rank life from the Tianyu clan, had opened more than 30 million layers in his inner world. Was he just doing this for fun? With the time it took to open 30 million layers, one could have likely stepped into the 10th rank by now, and the increase in combat power would definitely far surpass going from 10 million to 30 million spatial layers. Other clans' 9th rank strong beings, if they had spare capacity, would always try to open as many spatial layers as possible at 9th rank. 10 million layers was merely their minimum threshold. Why open so many spatial layers at 9th rank? It was to make the transformation of the inner world into an inner universe a sublime breaking of all shackles. 9th Stage Martial Tao Chapter. Lin Yuan shifted his focus from the inner world to scrutinize the perfected 9th Stage Martial Tao Chapter. Compared to the previous 7th rank chapter and 8th rank part, the 9th rank chapter was crucial in adjusting the structure of the inner world, making it more stable and powerful. 4 9th rank strong beings of the same inner world size, same spatial layers, and similar foundations, those who follow the 9th rank martial Tao would definitely have an advantage. Moreover, according to the bloodline cultivation pathways of this world, Lin Yuan had specifically created a bloodline purification and cultivation method for the martial arts evolution system. While the martial arts evolutionaries were comprehending the great Tao rules, they could also spend time exploring the potential of their own bloodlines. As long as the bloodline's limit was high enough, the pace of strength enhancement would certainly far exceed the speed of comprehending great Tao rules. Of course, this cultivation method was only suitable for those citizens with high-ranking, extremely rich bloodlines, and the upper limit was level 7. Because the main world valued human rights and could not gather faith, relying on this cultivation method would not allow one to independently open a divine kingdom, hence they could not step into the 8th level. In Lin Yuan's conception, those martial arts evolutionaries with high-ranking bloodlines could fully explore their blood's limit to rapidly advance through the 5th, 6th, and 7th rank, then recomprehend the great Tao rules with a high perspective. The bloodline evolutionary path is ultimately not the great Tao. Lin Yuan slightly shook his head. The 9 supreme beings of human civilization, nor the supreme beings of other peak clans, none had reached the ultimate levels solely with their potent bloodlines. The Star Alliance, composed entirely of special beings whose top powerhouses sat, had noble bloodlines, but those who managed to step into the 12th rank did so not on account of their bloodlines. In some ways, bloodlines were actually a kind of shackle on the path to the peak. Having perfected the 9th stage martial Tao chapter and also added a branch to the martial path evolutionary path, overall enhanced the foundation and strength of the martial arts evolutionaries. Lin Yuan nodded slightly, satisfied in his mind. He then raised his right hand, his thoughts subtly moving. The speed of time on his skin began to twist, either slowing down or pausing, mismatching the main flow of time. The rule of time. Lin Yuan looked lively, having spent a significant amount of effort in comprehending the rule of time over the past 600 years. Chapter 606 Return. Shuttle ends. Please subscribe. The rule of time is a pillar of the world's constitution, and the highest level among all pillar rules. To comprehend life rules, space rules, and other pillar rules, one only needs to reach the 6th or 7th rank. But the rule of time? Unless one becomes a multispatial life at 9th rank, one can't even feel the oscillations of the rule of time, let alone comprehend it. Even Lin Yuan, who possessed against heaven's understanding, did not choose to forcibly comprehend the rule of time at 8th layer, as the efficiency would be too low, and thus not worthwhile. 2,173 kinds of time rule models. By now I have thoroughly comprehended 851, Lin Yuan thought to himself, knowing well that a normal 9th rank powerhouse would not spend too much effort comprehending the rule of time, often not even entering the threshold within the 9 myriad heavy realm. 10th rank powerhouses have a deeper comprehension of the rule of time, but are only between comprehending 200 to 500 time rule models. As for 851 time rule models? That's something only an extremely powerful and special 10th rank powerhouse could achieve, or perhaps even the domain of an 11th rank powerhouse. To fully comprehend the rule of time, only an 11th rank peak powerhouse, preparing to try to strike at the Supreme Being's level, could reach that level. One of the prerequisites for striking at the Supreme Being realm is to thoroughly comprehend the rule of time, then merge it with space rules, take control of space-time and make the ultimate leap. During this process, spreading one's own evolution path, the more beings that practice it, the greater the momentum becomes for the ultimate leap. Regrettably, there are too few true God forms and main godly cores that contain the attribute of time. Only the godly cores of the God of Divination and the Prime God of Light possess the time attribute, and there is only one true divine nature that has it. Lin Yuan sighed inwardly. If there were more divine lattices containing the time attribute, he was confident in comprehending 1,000 time models. Being able to comprehend 1,000 time rule models at the 9th rank, although not unprecedented like opening up more than 2,300,000,000 spatial layers, would certainly be considered earth-shatteringly against heaven's will. Generally, only those unique and special beings with a talent for time could hope to achieve this. Time slowed down. With a slight intention from Lin Yuan, the flow of time at his Boda's surface began to slow, rapidly decelerating, with a day passing in the outside world equating to only an hour for Lin Yuan, a time flow speed of 12 to 1. This is also the maximum limit of time flow speed Lin Yuan can currently manipulate, mainly because his life level is too profound, and the price of slowing down his own time flow is too terrifying. If it were an ordinary 9th rank life, Lin Yuan could easily make their own time flow speed reach 1 to 1,000 compared to the outside world. In the river of time, the energy needed to slow down a whale far exceeds the energy needed to slow down a small fish. After slowing down time, even the perception of the great Tao rules becomes blurred. Lin Yuan is currently experiencing a time flow speed of only 1 to 12 compared to the outside world. Even so, the clarity of his perception of the great Tao rules has plummeted. One can infer that in an environment where the time flow speed reaches several thousand to tens of thousands to 1, it would be nearly impossible to comprehend the great Tao rules of the outside world. No wonder those 9th rank and 10th rank powerhouses are reluctant to use time treasures such as the time chamber for cultivation, Lin Yuan mused thoughtfully. The supreme beings of the main world have the power to slow down the time flow speed of a certain area and even can concoct treasures such as secret treasures. However, in such an environment where the time flow speed is slowed down, it doesn't really help one's own cultivation, and the time spent is actual lifespan. Just because the time flow speed of a certain area is different, it leads to a fuzziness in the perception of the great Tao rules because the great Tao rules themselves will naturally fluctuate with the main time flow speed. But by utilizing the door to the myriad realms to traverse through dimensions, this dimensional realm where I'm situated has such a time flow speed, and even if it differs from the main world's time flow speed, it doesn't affect the comprehension of the great Tao rules. Lin Yuan realized another benefit of crossing dimensions through the door to the myriad realms. 600 years passed, and apart from the rule of time, Lin Yuan also completely comprehended the essences of other rules such as the life rule. This time, with the help of the divine lattices of gods and true God forms, it was undoubtedly a tremendous help to Lin Yuan, at least saving a lot of time. Without these true God forms, even if Lin Yuan could still reach his current height, the time required would have been much longer. Not utilizing the key-like effects of divine lattices, Lin Yuan's efficiency would definitely be much lower. Time passed. 2 years went by. The Long Shanfang couple gradually grew old and died, reaching the limit of lifespan in this world. Unless one ignited the divine fire and changed the essence of life, natural death was inevitable. This time Lin Yuan did not use the power of the world within him to delay his parents' death, because there was no point. A year later upon his return, the Longshan Fong couple would still be dead. Whether they lived a year longer or less made no significant difference. And as the Longshan Fong couple faced death, they had no fear, having birthed a son who opened a new epoch, a matter of immense honor. Human world. Ruins of Longshan City. In front of the graveyard of the Longshan family. Lin Yuan's figure appeared, this time to the human world. It was not his two primordial spirits, but his true body itself. Lin Yuan stood in front of his parents' tombstones, his expression calm, showing neither joy nor sorrow, just standing there silently. Around the graveyard, important members of the Longshan family intermittently came and went. After all, the Longshan Fong couple were the parents of Longshan Yuan, holding an unshakable status within the Longshan family. Their death was significant enough that even the martial Tao true gods of the martial realm would descend their godly force incarnations to pay a visit. Chapter 607 Return, End of Time Travel, Subscription Request. _2 No matter who it was, no one saw Lin Yuan standing in front of the tombstone, as if they were not in the same spatial layer. Lin Yuan gazed at the cemetery. Although he was not the true Longshan Yuan, after so many years together, he still felt some emotion. You have left, and a year later, it will be my time to leave as well, Lin Yuan murmured, as a year later would mark the limit of his stay during this travel. Unless Lin Yuan was willing to expend another 10 strands of world-breaking origin force to descend into this world, it seemed there would be no possibility of coming back again. It's time to prepare for the last arrangements. Lin Yuan stood in front of the Longshan Fong couple's tombstone for a long while before he finally vanished silently. Martial Realm. Longshan City. Although the Longshan family in the martial realm had less than 100 martial Tao true gods, the construction of Longshan City was extraordinarily luxurious, far surpassing that of another city, Myriad Phenomena City. The first member of the Longshan family to become a martial Tao true god was named Longshan Quan. As for Longshan Ling and his subordinates from the past, none had ignited the divine fire to this day. Although they were not yet dead from old age, they would not live many more years, currently spending their twilight years peacefully on earth. The numerous martial Tao true gods of the Longshan family in the martial realm were all led by Longshan Quan. After all, as the first deity from their family, his influence was profound. Longshan Great Hall. Longshan Quan and a few other martial Tao true gods of the Longshan family gathered for an exchange. The ancestor is so benevolent to have given outsiders so many opportunities, Longshan Quan expressed discontent. Over the years, his disdain for the martial spirits of Myriad Phenomena City had only grown. The martial realm, opened up by the forebears of their Longshan family, should have remained their family's private domain, yet it ended up housing a horde of outsiders like invasive species. The other martial Tao true gods also nodded continuously. They had long regarded the entire martial realm as their backyard. How could those martial Tao true gods from Myriad Phenomena City deserve to live in the same place as them? Suddenly, just then, a figure appeared silently at one side. Ancestor. Longshan Ancestor. Upon seeing this, Longshan Quan and the other true gods of the Longshan family immediately called out respectfully. Ancestor, you have finally agreed to see us, Longshan Quan said excitedly. Since ascending to the martial realm 100 years ago, he had seen Lin Yuan only once, and despite several attempts to visit afterwards, he had received little response. Lin Yuan, with a serene gaze, looked towards the Longshan Great Hall, towards the entire Longshan city, and spoke indifferently, "The Longshan family thrived because of me, I do not wish for it to decline because of me. Ancestor, how could the Longshan family possibly decline because of you? Your strength is historically unparalleled, having opened up the martial realm and welcomed martial Tao true gods. The reverence the mortal beings have for you even surpasses the gods," Longshan Quan said somewhat puzzled. As long as Lin Yuan was around, the status of the Longshan family was undisputed. This had already become an ironclad rule. "But I too will leave," Lin Yuan continued. "Leave?" Longshan Quan looked somewhat stunned. "Ancestor, where are you going and when will you come back?" The other martial Tao true gods looked at each other, their expressions somewhat perplexed. "I won't be coming back," Lin Yuan said softly. "Not coming back?" Longshan Quan was greatly alarmed. Lin Yuan was as significant to the Longshan family as the sky itself, and also to this world. If Lin Yuan were to suddenly disappear, Longshan Quan dared not imagine the commotion it would cause. The blow it would deal to the Longshan family would be fatal. "Yes, not coming back." Lin Yuan looked at the few martial Tao true gods of the Longshan family. Therefore in the future the Longshan family must not be too harsh towards foreign true gods. Although Lin Yuan always cared only about the spread of martial Tao cultivation skill, and never particularly cared about the rise and fall of the Longshan family, he still felt compelled to offer a few reminders before leaving. Ancestor. Longshan Quan's face turned ashen, desperately pleading as he looked at Lin Yuan. He realized that what Lin Yuan was saying might indeed be true, and that the Longshan family might soon lose its strongest support. Since I am leaving, I will also leave behind something. Lin Yuan stretched out his right hand, and 3 crystals emitting a profound aura hovered. What is this? Longshan Quan was stunned, then his body began to tremble uncontrollably. True God form. This was the true God form. Since Lin Yuan had slain 24 prime gods, the 24 true God forms had not appeared again. But even with a longing for the true God form, no one dared to search for them. Needless to say, all 24 true God forms were in the hands of the leader of the Longshan family. These 3 true God forms I will leave with the Longshan family until you reach the peak of upper-rank gods, then you may attempt to refine them. Lin Yuan said. The 24 true God forms had all been comprehended by Lin Yuan, and keeping them further held no significance. Moreover, the true God form is the essential key to the rules of this world, and once it leaves this world, it will automatically collapse and, at the same time, will recondense into a new true God form somewhere within the world. Before returning to the main world, Lin Yuan naturally had to arrange the whereabouts of the true God form. With these 3 divine lattices, even if I leave, the Longshan family can thrive gloriously for 1,000,000 or even more years. Lin Yuan looked at an excited Longshan Quan. With these 3 true God forms, the future of the Longshan family is equivalent to having 3 true God-level powerhouses presiding over it. This kind of foundation, unless another Lin Yuan comes along, thinking about shaking the foundation of the Longshan family is absolutely difficult. As long as the Longshan family does not doom themselves and remains cautious and humble hereafter, their glory will not diminish much. Thank you, Ancestor. Thank you, Ancestor. Longshan Quan immediately knelt down, and the other martial Tao true gods did the same. As for the remaining 21 true God forms, I will release one every once in a while for other martial Tao true gods to vie for. These divine lattices, the Longshan family need not interfere. Lin Yuan continued. He did not plan to place all 24 true God forms with the Longshan family, as this would have made their status unassailable, forming a monopolistic situation in this world for martial Tao cultivators. And this is not conducive to the development of martial Tao. To truly advance martial Tao, a brilliance of a myriad of schools is necessary. If the Longshan family becomes too powerful, coupled with no restrictions from Lin Yuan, it would inevitably suppress other martial Tao talents outside their family. Yes. Although Longshan Quan and the other martial Tao true gods were somewhat reluctant, since the ancestor had made such a decision, they had no grounds to refuse. Ancestor, Longshan Quan was about to speak, but then realized that he was now alone, only leaving behind 3 true God forms quietly floating there. The ancestor has left. Longshan Quan was momentarily dazed. The ancestor is too kind. The other martial Tao true gods looked at the 3 true God forms with longing but dared not harbor any thoughts of seizing them. Who knew if the ancestor was still observing them in secret? Yes, the ancestor is kind. Longshan Quan sighed, but since the ancestor has already decided, my Longshan family will follow the ancestor's words from now on, restrain our people, and completely give up the claim for the other true God forms. Yes. The several martial Tao true gods of the Longshan family looked at each other and nodded in agreement. In the depths of the multiple spatial layers, Lin Yuan sat cross-legged. Everything that needed to be done has been done. Lin Yuan looked downward, his gaze sweeping over the martial realm, ocean of light, dark abyss, and the realm of humans. Now, it's time to return to the origin source. Next to Lin Yuan, 2 figures appeared, precisely the Taiyin primordial spirit and Taiyang divine spirit. At the same time, the bell-shaped origin fine gold also floated in front of him, slowly oscillating with an inexplicable aura radiating from it. The Taiyang divine spirit and Taiyin primordial spirit began to dissolve into the most pure energy, assimilating into the origin fine gold, and Lin Yuan's true physical body did the same. If the true body and the 2 great divine spirits are too powerful, their dissolution, even if it begins, is extremely slow. 1 year later, as the inner worldly energies of the physical soul finally meld into the origin fine gold for the last time, the door to the myriad realms projection within Lin Yuan's spirit will suddenly begin to burst forth with light. Returning now. Lin Yuan's spirit will surged into the door to the myriad realms, disappearing from this world. Chapter 608 Xilan. Where are the elders? Subscribe please, Xianhuang's Secret Realm. Deep within layers upon layers of spatial layers, two presences were engaged in a chase, one pursuing the other. However, it was quite evident that the pursuing presence was far stronger than the fleeing one. Even as time passed, the fleeing presence was slowly exhausting. Just when the pursuer was about to close in completely, the fleeing party would always manage to slip through the narrow gaps between the many spatial layers. It was akin to a 100-meter giant chasing after an ant, which, by leveraging the terrain, could make the giant return empty-handed to some extent. Of course, the pursuit and escape among ninth-rank powerhouses across multiple spatial layers was much more complex than a chase within a single space. Even within the peculiar conditions of the Xianhuang Secret Realm, as more time was delayed, the stronger party would occupy more spatial layers, and the fleeing side's options for turning and shifting spaces would become increasingly narrow. Eventually, it was like a bird in a cage completely locked in. Being caught was just a matter of time. It has been 2.5 years. Xilan seized the chance and in an instant, crossed from one spatial layer to another, once again widening the gap from Hunyi. However, this was only a temporary reprieve, as within less than half an hour, Hunyi had caught up again. I can feel it, more and more spatial layers are being occupied, and the room for me to hide is getting smaller and smaller. Xilan sighed internally. This was the gap brought about by absolute power, where his own open spatial layers were less than 1 million, whereas Hunyi was from the Chanyu clan, one of the strongest 9th-rank beings of the Peak clans. He had opened up over 30 million spatial layers. If it were not for the restrictions within the Xianhuang Secret Realm, suppressing any instantaneous movement techniques, and the fact that Xilan was actively burning everything, even his spirit will, for a significant increase in power, he would likely have been captured by Hunyi long ago. Even so, Xilan faintly felt that he might not be able to hold on much longer. First, Hunyi was about to completely occupy all nearby spatial layers, and second, there wasn't much of his spirit will left to burn. He'll hold on for another half-year. Xilan steadied himself and glanced at Lin Yuan, who was sitting cross-legged in a corner of his inner world. He had a lot of trust in Lin Yuan. Since the Galactic Star Master had said that as long as he could endure for 3 years, they could wait for the support of an elder, Xilan had never doubted it. I wonder which strong being from human civilization is the elder of the Galactic Star Master? Xilan was somewhat curious. The master of the Galactic Star Master was the Chiquan Star Lord. However, the Chiquan Star Lord was only an invincible 8th-layer being. Even if he had broken through to the 9th rank, he would still be far from capable of providing support for them. Evolvers who had just entered the 9th rank in the face of a strong 9th rank being like Hunyi from one of the large Peak clans, were nothing more than a one-strike affair. He, Xilan, had managed to persevere until now by burning everything and also due to the secret techniques obtained from the Supreme Evolution Path inheritance from human civilization, as well as the special environment of the Xianhuang Secret Realm. If it's not the Chiquan Star Lord, perhaps it's one of those 9th rank beings from human civilization who have opened up over 20 million spatial layers, Xilan pondered internally. This was his only pleasure during the chase. To rescue them from Hunyi's hands, a standard 9-stage million-layer realm human evolver wouldn't suffice. At least those who had opened up 20 million spatial layers were needed to contain Hunyi and buy time for their safe withdrawal. 20 million spatial layers? Xilan felt a slight sense of awe in his heart. The longer he practiced at the 9th rank, the more he realized the difficulty of opening spatial layers. Opening spatial layers was merely the surface. What was more important was the profound understanding of the essence of space. Without sufficient grasp, one couldn't maintain the layers, and even if forcibly created, they would collapse quickly. To be fair, Xilan still held a bit of admiration for beings like Hunyi, who had opened up far beyond 10 million layers, because he knew how challenging it was. At that moment, Hunyi, who was pursuing from behind, transmitted his voice again. Xilan, I know that you're desperately trying to escape, striving to buy time, wanting to protect the treasures you've acquired within the secret realm. In that case, I can promise you that if you hand over the Galactic Star Master, I will let you leave, and all the opportunities and treasures you've obtained within the secret realm can be taken with you. Hunyi continued, you should know what a promise from me Hunyi means. Even if we belong to opposing camps, I will adhere to it. Hunyi was growing impatient with the chase, which had gone on for more than 2 years. If it continued, who knows, it might waste another 3 to 5 months. From beginning to end, Hunyi's target had been to kill the Galactic Star Master, or rather to kill one of the avatars of the Galactic Star Master, to settle some recent grudges from the battlefield. As for Shilon, Huni had never truly regarded him. If it were not for being in the Shenhuang secret realm with his strength, the chase would not have needed to last this long. Ha 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 ha, you Tianyu birds are still trying to drive a wedge between me and the Galactic Star Master. Shilon was completely unmoved. As an evolver from human civilization, Shilon understood his foundations very well. At this moment, the biggest crisis he faced was merely whether this avatar would fall here and whether the secret treasures and opportunities gained from the secret realm could be returned. But to hand over the Galactic Star Master? Aside from the act of betraying human civilization, just considering the latent talent shown by the Galactic Star Master, Shilon wasn't stupid. How could he possibly make such a choice? On the contrary, dying alongside the Galactic Star Master in the Shenhuang secret realm would only deepen the camaraderie between them. Alright then, prepare to leave behind this avatar completely. Huni no longer tried to persuade and continued the chase. Over the past 2 years he had transmitted his voice more than once, but every time Shilon had answered with ridicule. Chapter 609 Shilon, where are the elders? Subscribe please. The escape methods of the void evolution path are indeed as legendary as they say, Huni said with a slightly stern expression, while also speeding up the process of completely occupying the spatial layers. The void evolution path was the path of evolution cultivated by Shilon, and it was also one of the 9 great supreme evolution paths currently mastered by human civilization. The ultimate being of this evolution path was the void god ultimate being, who was one of the 9 supreme beings of human civilization. In terms of combat power and killing ability, the void god supreme being might not match the Xiaqin supreme being or the ancient power supreme being, but in terms of control over the void, they were the strongest among the 9 supreme beings. Within human civilization, the most practiced evolution paths were those of the 9 supreme beings. Although these 9 great supreme evolution paths all had ultimate beings, the vast majority of human evolvers neither had the desire nor the ability to challenge the ultimate level. In their eyes, the supreme evolution path was mature, nearly perfect, and if one had the qualifications to cultivate it, who would choose any other evolution path? Shilon had a talent for the spatial domain, and with her special body with spatial attributes, she could activate many of the escape techniques from the void evolution path, which is how she had managed to persist so far under Huni's persecution. Almost there, Huni thought, retracting his thoughts. No matter how exquisite the void evolution path was, it still required space to operate, and now, after 2 or 3 years with him continuously taking over the spatial layers, Shilon was close to being trapped to death by him. The relentless pursuit by Huni, the strongest 9th rank being of the Tianyu clan, also caught the attention of other 9th rank beings in the vicinity. Is that the Tianyu clan's Huni? The one called the first 9th rank of this era of the Tianyu clan? Who is he chasing? You don't know? The one being chased is Shilon, the 9th rank evolver from human civilization. But what Huni is after is not Shilon, but the Galaxy Master who is traveling with her. The Galaxy Master? The human peerless genius who recently caused the Tianyu clan to lose face on the battlefield? The youngest 9th rank in the history of human civilization? So it seems. Various 9th rank beings watched from afar. Huni's pursuit was not being concealed at all, and the bursting spatial fluctuations could be easily detected. The Galaxy Master is being chased. Some of the 9th rank different species with relatively good relations with human civilization were tempted, knowing that if they could save the Galaxy Master now, they would surely gain the favor of this peerless genius of human civilization. Unfortunately though, it was Huni who was chasing the Galaxy Master, and even though some 9th rank different species wanted to please Lin Yuan and human civilization, they didn't have the power to hold Huni back. In the cosmic starry skies, human civilization was one of the few peak clans, an absolute behemoth with enemies as well as follower clans. Apart from the big alliance established by human civilization itself, there were still many clans who did not want to offend human civilization and even sought friendship with it. Haha, Huni has been chasing Shilon for over 2 years now, and the Galaxy Master must be hiding in Xylan's inner world. They say Shilon cultivates the void evolution path. Tisk, truly as legendary as they say. Being pursued for more than 2 years, the Galaxy Master is in such a dire state. It's also unclear what the Galaxy Master is holding on for. Shilon must have used some secret technique that affects the true body of the main being. With such a cost, could it be that a special 9th rank from human civilization is coming to their rescue? I haven't heard of any nearby human ninth rank who can come close to Hunyi. The many ninth rank different species, separated by different spatial layers, conversed with keen interest. Regardless of whether it was the one being pursued or the pursuer, both were extremely famous. They were also happy to watch the drama unfold. Needless to say, Hunyi's renown had spread throughout the ninth rank circle, and the Galaxy Master, although only recently advancing to ninth rank, had garnered considerable attention due to the revealed talent as well as the halo of human civilization. On the other side of the Shenhuang secret realm, a human evolver clad in a purple robe was continuously shuttling through the layers of space. His speed was tremendous, and each transition affected more than 40 million spatial layers. This purple-robed evolver, named Duke, had established 39 million spatial layers and was the strongest ninth-rank being of this era in human civilization. Just hold on a little longer. Once I get there, I will ensure that Hunyi pays the price. The location Duke was heading towards was where Hunyi was. As the strongest ninth rank of one of the great peak clans, Duke often clashed with Hunyi. The spatial layers created by the former were more numerous than those of the latter, giving him a natural advantage in combat. More than 2 years ago, when he learned that Hunyi was pursuing the Galaxy Master, he rushed over as quickly as possible. Normally, the Shenhuang secret realm suppresses all deliberate spatial movements, forcing even the strongest beings to fly slowly. When Duke received the message, he was a great distance from Hunyi's location. It was almost impossible to arrive within 3 years. But even so, Duke did not hesitate to come. Hunyi, if you dare to kill this incarnation of the Galaxy Master within the Shenhuang secret realm, your Chanyu clan's ninth rank should also stop living, Duke thought to himself. Usually, special ninth rank beings like them wouldn't deliberately pursue and kill other ninth rank alien races after entering the Shenhuang secret realm, because it's too time-consuming. The Shenhuang secret realm isn't like the outside world. One can only fly slowly and it's only open for 100 years. Pursuing other ninth rank alien races, would they really forsake the many opportunities within the secret realm? But Hunyi dared to actively pursue the peerless genius of human civilization. This precedent cannot be set. Duke would rather give up searching for opportunities within the secret realm than not fight back. Deep within the heavy spatial layers, the Mudwa traveler was also watching the chase from afar. Hunyi had been pursuing Shilan and the Galaxy Master for over 2 years. After receiving the news, the Mudwa traveler also rushed over. The Galaxy Master is really unlucky, thought the Mudwa traveler to himself, having already warned the Galaxy Master, who would surely try to avoid Hunyi as much as possible. The environment of the Shenhuang secret realm is unique. Even if Hunyi received the location of the Galaxy Master one moment, by the time he arrived the next, the Galaxy Master would likely have already disappeared. Unless the two happened to meet face to face. It's just, the ancient god ancestor really values the Galaxy Master, going so far as to let me use that trump card to block Hunyi and save the Galaxy Master. The Mudwa traveler shook his head slightly. As the most outstanding progeny of the ancient god ancestor, the Mudwa traveler was deeply cherished by him. Upon entering the Shenhuang secret realm this time, he was even bestowed a life-saving trump card. Once this trump card is activated, even a special ninth rank capable of creating 50 million or 80 million spatial layers would be trapped for a short while. The ancestor said not to use the trump card to directly save the Galaxy Master, but to act only when the Galaxy Master is in the most critical moment, precisely when he is about to be captured by Hunyi. Only then can we gain the Galaxy Master's utmost gratitude. Remembering the instructions of the ancient god ancestor, the Mudwa traveler felt they made sense. It's almost time, observed the Mudwa traveler for a while longer. Noting that Xylan's struggle to escape was slowing down, his expression immediately became serious, waiting for the critical moment to activate the life-saving trump card. Within the inner world of Shilan, Lin Yuan quietly opened his eyes. "I'm back," said Lin Yuan, his gaze deep as the millennia spent in the world of gods seemed like fleeting illusions flashing by. Whoosh. Sensing Lin Yuan's movement, Shilan immediately projected her consciousness incarnation and appeared not far away. "Brother Shilan," Lin Yuan said with a smile on his face, knowing that Xylan's perseverance was crucial for the perfect completion of this traversal. Otherwise, Lin Yuan would have had to terminate the traversal prematurely or give up the primordial spirit within the Shenhuang secret realm. Whichever option, it would be a significant loss. "Galaxy Master," Shilan said with a faltering breath, but still forcibly perked up. After a brief conversation, Shilan cautiously asked, "Galaxy Master, has your elder come yet?" "Elder?" Lin Yuan glanced at Shilan. Chapter 610 Lin Yuan and Hunyi, subscribe please. Before Lin Yuan performed his ninth traversal to give Shilan hope, he casually mentioned that an elder was on their way. It wasn't entirely a fabrication. The significance of elder lay in combating Hunyi. As long as Lin Yuan safely completed the ninth traversal and his strength significantly increased, he himself would be the elder. In Lin Yuan's expectations before the traversal, even without the aid of a divine lattice, traversing through the worlds over 1,000 years could likely cultivate him to the 9-stage million-layer realm. With over 100 million li in size of his inner world, even if there was a gap in developing spatial layers compared to Hunyi, his overall strength could be on par. Not to mention that the actual gains from this traversal far exceeded Lin Yuan's initial expectations. Inner world. Lin Yuan also observed his own inner world. The return of the spirit will didn't change the size of the inner world, as it needed to absorb the liquid from the mysterious gourd to recover to nearly 200 million li in diameter. However, the depth, or the spatial layers, was expanding at a terrifying speed. 1 million layers, 10 million layers. Expanding the spatial layers required a profound comprehension of the essence of space. With Lin Yuan's current understanding of the spatial essence, he could restore up to 331 billion layers in a short time. Let's go out. Lin Yuan looked up, and with his current mastery of the spatial layers, even with the separation by Xylan's inner world, he could easily see the outside. Go out. Shilan was somewhat confused. Could it be that Lin Yuan said elder had arrived? But Shilan hadn't sensed any approaching 9th-rank powerhouse's aura. Although there were many 9th-rank members of different species watching from afar, their revealed aura didn't seem capable of holding off a special 9th rank like Hunyi. The next moment, under Xylan's gaze, Lin Yuan's figure disappeared from the spot. Did the Galaxy Master go out? Seeing this, Shilan was a bit slow to react. In his inner world, without his permission, the Galaxy Master had gone out? One must know. As the opener of the inner world, Shilan was like a creator god within it. He could control all the powers of the inner world. Even for someone as powerful as Hunyi, who had developed over 30 million spatial layers, if he was deeply trapped in Xylan's inner world, without Xylan's consent, the only possibility to get out would be to forcefully shatter the inner world. As for leaving silently? Perhaps 11th or 10th rank powerhouses could achieve it, as their understanding of the spatial essence had reached inexplicable levels, enabling them to disregard Shilan, the world's opener. But how did Lin Yuan get out? Shilan couldn't understand and was unable to figure it out, but immediately afterwards he realized something. That was, the Galaxy Master had gone out, and outside was Hunyi, the strongest 9th rank of the Tianyu clan, pursuing to kill. Without Shilan leading Lin Yuan to escape, the Galaxy Master would probably be captured by Hunyi in an instant. Not good. Xylan's avatar within the inner world dissipated. Outside, Shilan was using various escape methods derived from the void evolution path, sliding through gaps between spatial layers to elude Hunyi as much as he could. At that moment, whoosh. Beside Shilan, Lin Yuan's figure suddenly appeared. Hunyi, who was pursuing, paused slightly, then was overjoyed. If Lin Yuan had continued to hide in Xylan's inner world, he might have extended his survival for a while under his pursuit. But to come out voluntarily? Especially since Lin Yuan, after coming out, wasn't continuing to flee but was standing quietly there. Whoosh. Similarly, Shilan, who had initially fled far away, returned to Lin Yuan's side. Galaxy Master. Xylan's expression was grave. He could keenly sense that the moment they stopped, Hunyi took the opportunity to completely seal off all surrounding spatial layers. That is, Shilan and the Galaxy Master, like turtles in a jar, were completely at Hunyi's mercy. At the same time, the many 9th rank members of different species watching from afar also noticed that the Galaxy Master was making no attempt to escape actively. Has the Galaxy Master given up hope? Doesn't he even want to run? It seems so. Actually, it should have been like this from the beginning. With Hunyi's pursuit, if there were no similarly ranked human evolvers nearby, escape would just be a death sentence, completely a waste of time. Right, if he had detonated his avatar at the start of the pursuit, maybe his second incarnation would be half-formed by now. The multitude of 9th rank members from different species discussed animatedly, still showing no signs of dispersing. Seeing the demise of a supreme talent of human civilization, even if it was just an avatar, was quite a rare event. Human civilization highly valued talents. Most of the time, talents were fiercely protected, even on the battlefields of different races, where high-rank evolvers would pay special attention. But in the Shenhuang Secret Realm? The Shenhuang Secret Realm has a unique origin. forbidding 10th rank and above powerhouses from entering. Not even supreme beings could peek inside. Here, the talents of human civilization had to face many dangers independently. Like now, the Galaxy Master faced the pursuit of Hunyi. The critical moment is approaching. In the depths of the spatial layers, Mudwa Traveler also grew tense. He raised his right hand, where a vortex resembling a black hole was slowly rotating. This life-saving trump card, created by Mudwa Traveler's ancient god ancestor, contained elements of the rule of time. Mudwa Traveler's ancient god ancestor, immensely ancient, had long mastered the complete rule of time. Even so, to create this life-saving trump card, he had paid a considerable price. Chapter 611 Lin Yuan and Hunyi, please subscribe. _to no way. Compared to the reproductive abilities of human civilization, those ancient gods from the depths of the universe mostly come from special life forms. Their talents are terrifyingly strong, but their ability to reproduce is pitifully weak. Some unique special life forms don't even have the ability to reproduce, wandering the vast cosmos without a single kindred soul. Thus, the ancient god ancestor of the Mudwa Traveler valued this descendant extremely and did not hesitate to pay the price to create this life-saving trump card. In the depths of the cosmic starry skies, the true body of the Mudwa Traveler immediately informed the ancestor of what had happened in the Shenhuang secret realm. The Galaxy Master has taken the initiative to reveal himself? The ancient god ancestor's massive body sat there, beginning to affect the surrounding space and time. He stroked his chin and said, "When the Galaxy Master is on the brink of life and death, activate the time black hole I gave you. Understand? You must not hesitate at all." The ancient god ancestor cautioned, for if it was too late and the Galaxy Master were killed by Hunyi, then such a long time would have been wasted. If it was too early and the Galaxy Master had not yet despaired, the favor they did would not seem as significant. Understood, Ancestor. I am ready at all times. The Mudwa Traveler nodded, even though he did not know why the ancestor placed such importance on the Galaxy Master, going as far as to offend the Chanyu clan to curry favor with him. But over the long years, the ancestor had moved effortlessly among several peak clans, not as a supreme being but with a vision that allowed him to manage. Even 2 supreme beings had received funding from the ancestor before they had risen to power. Haha, Galaxy Master, it seems you know your end. Hunyi rapidly sealed off all the spatial layers around them, looking at Lin Yuan who stood calmly and relaxed, not immediately moving to kill. Within the spatial layers he sealed off, even if a 9th rank from human civilization on the same level as him were to rush over now, it would be pointless. With the spatial layers thoroughly locked down, Hunyi could easily shift Lin Yuan into his own inner world with just a thought. Thus, at this moment, Hunyi was savoring the sight of Lin Yuan. Having pursued him for nearly 3 years, he was certainly feeling a touch irate. He wanted to deeply embarrass the Galaxy Master. Hunyi also knew that the Galaxy Master could blow up this avatar in an instant. It was impossible for him to bring the Galaxy Master back to his clan alive. Galaxy Master, you still haven't blown yourself up, it seems you're quite unsatisfied? Hunyi spoke. He was also aware of the Galaxy Master's talents and qualifications. Stepping into the 10th rank in the future would pose no difficulty, perhaps even one day catching up to himself. But what of it? At least for now Hunyi could crush the Galaxy Master. Hunyi. Lin Yuan also looked at Hunyi, shaking his head slightly and said, "Right now you're too weak." Too weak. Hunyi was stunned, then burst into laughter, looking to vent your frustration before death? Even a 10th rank powerhouse wouldn't call him weak. Being able to open over 30 million spatial layers at the 9th rank was not something just anyone could achieve. I don't even care to speak with you, Lin Yuan sighed. Originally, he had wanted to mock Hunyi after ending the chase, but now the gap between them was too vast, not even a thought to scorn remained. You're not interested in talking to me? Hunyi scoffed, about to respond. The next moment, Hunyi's expression drastically changed. Because, in the blink of an eye, the spatial layers he occupied were forcefully banished by a nearly brutal force, a trace of fear streaking across Hunyi's face. In less than a breath, he lost all control over the surrounding spatial layers, and all the layers he could sense were occupied by a brand new force, the number of layers captured by this power far surpassing 30 million. You? Hunyi broke into a cold sweat, looking at Lin Yuan with disbelief, the fresh force being that of the Galaxy Master that he considered to be securely in his grasp. Die. Lin Yuan's expression remained tranquil as boundless layers of space crushed down with just a thought. How could you? Fear surged in Hunya's heart, not hesitating to blow up his avatar. If he did not destroy his avatar now, Hunya felt that he might actually be captured alive by the Galaxy Master. Then, if this avatar fell into the hands of the Galaxy Master and was brought back to the human civilization territory, and with the help of this avatar, if cursed killing techniques or memory poisons and such were used, Hunya, could very well face complete annihilation. In the Tianyu clan territory, Hunya's true body opened his eyes, showing an expression of utter disbelief. What happened? How could that Galaxy Master possess such strength? I can feel it, the spatial layers he occupies far exceed 30 million, no, at least 100 million. Otherwise, it wouldn't be possible for just the spatial layers to instill such a sense of powerlessness in me, right? Hunya couldn't believe it, 100 million spatial layers? Throughout the history of the Tianyu clan, none of the 9th rank beings had ever developed such a number of spatial layers, not even those unique special beings could open up so many layers. Xianhuang's secret realm. Xilan, who was originally in despair, watched as Hunya was forced by Lin Yuan to expose his avatar, and suddenly felt bewildered. What's going on? What happened? Xilan's mind was a mess. Galaxy Master. Xilan looked towards Lin Yuan standing beside her, subconsciously. Although she didn't know why Hunya self-destructed, it must be related to the Galaxy Master. The Galaxy Master has taken over all the surrounding spatial layers? Xilan also felt the many layers of space being dominated by Lin Yuan. Although Xilan couldn't determine exactly how many layers were occupied, the pressure she felt at this moment was far greater than when Hunya was pursuing them. All right. Hunya is dealt with. Lin Yuan stretched out his right hand, and Hunya's space bracelet fell into his hand. Dealt with. Xilan felt as though she was dreaming. She had contemplated countless possibilities, such as dying at the hands of Hunya along with Lin Yuan, or Lin Yuan's elder, suddenly arriving. Or, perhaps a special 9th rank alien race friendly to human civilization would appear and intervene on their behalf against Hunya. Or even the sudden emergence of a terrifying native beast from the secret realm to entangle Hunya. She had run through countless possibilities and speculated about many scenarios. Almost every one of them had crossed her mind. But she had never imagined Lin Yuan forcing Hunya to self-destruct with a mere gesture. It was too incredible. In the distance, the many 9th rank alien races who were watching the drama unfold had their eyes bulging with disbelief. Hunya self-destructed? What's going on? Why would he self-destruct for no reason? Nonsense, it's because of the Galaxy Master. All the surrounding spatial layers have been taken over by the Galaxy Master. The Galaxy Master's strength is far above Hunya, forcing Hunya to self-destruct. All the 9th rank aliens watching the battle were in an uproar, unable to predict that the situation would take such an unexpected turn. Hunya, with victory within his grasp, was forced to self-destruct, while the Galaxy Master, apparently at an absolute disadvantage, suddenly demonstrated nearly inconceivable strength. Deep in the cosmic starry skies, the real body of the Madwa traveler was somewhat dazed. He had witnessed the unfolding scenario in the Xianhuang secret realm, and precisely because of this, he was so bewildered. What's the situation now? Did you use that time black hole I gave you? The massive ancient god ancestor immediately asked. In his estimation, with the Galaxy Master making an appearance, the worst Hunya would do was to shame the Galaxy Master for a bit. He wouldn't let the Galaxy Master live much longer. At this moment, it was critical for the Madwa traveler who was hiding nearby to use the time black hole at the critical moment to trap Hunya and save the Galaxy Master. This was the process envisaged by the ancient god ancestor. Through this incident, not only would the Madwa traveler completely reconcile with the Galaxy Master, but he could also win the favor and goodwill of the Galaxy Master. No. The Madwa traveler was stunned, and after a moment of silence he responded. No. The ancient god ancestor frowned, slightly annoyed. Why didn't you activate the time black hole? Do you think this life-saving trump card is too precious? Foolish. Such a life-saving trump card, given time I can completely create a second or third one. But the Galaxy Master's goodwill, after the Xianhuang secret realm, will you still have this opportunity? The ancient god ancestor looked at the Madwa traveler with a mix of frustration. Ancestor. The Madwa traveler shrank a little and said, I did plan to use it. Then why didn't you use it? The tone of the ancient god ancestor rose as he was about to continue his scolding. Because Hunya is dead, killed by the Galaxy Master. The Madwa traveler steadied himself and said somewhat aggrievedly, I didn't even have the chance to use it. The Galaxy Master killed Hunya. The ancient god ancestor fell silent, staring at the Mudwa traveler with surprise and suspicion. Chapter 6:12 Inconceivable News, please subscribe. Ancestor, I speak the truth. The Mudwa traveler immediately added upon seeing the expression of the ancient god ancestor, I saw it with my own eyes. The Mudwa traveler noticed the skepticism in his own ancestor. In fact, not to mention the ancestor, even he himself, a party to the events, instinctively disbelieved when he saw Hunyi blow himself up in front of the Galaxy Master. He thought that Hunyi's death was caused by other reasons. Could it be that some supreme being intervened in secret, or had the Galaxy Master employed some kind of ultimate weapon? Only after eliminating all other possibilities did he reluctantly believe it was the Galaxy Master who killed Hunyi. Indeed, Hunyi died by his own self-destruction, but if not for the Galaxy Master, Hunyi would not have self-destructed. Therefore, to say the Galaxy Master killed Hunyi is not inaccurate. And this act of Hunyi further illustrates how terrifying the Galaxy Master is. Hunyi was the strongest 9th rank life of this generation in the Tianyu clan. He didn't even dare to engage in combat and chose self-destruction directly, which illustrates what? It shows that he felt he could be completely suppressed at any moment, and in order not to let this avatar fall into the hands of human civilization, he decisively chose to self-destruct. In a battle between two powerful entities, the simplest outcome is defeat. The next is killing, but the most difficult is suppression. Suppression means capturing alive, leaving the opponent with absolutely no capability to resist, not even able to commit suicide. Such a scenario generally does not occur among combatants of the same tier. Even when Hunyi was previously chasing Shilon, he did not aim to suppress but to kill the avatar to vent his anger. I understand now. The ancient god ancestor nodded. Just in the last few breaths he had contacted several godlords of the Tianyu clan, confirming that Hunyi indeed died in the Shenhuang secret realm, killed by the Galaxy Master. Display the scene from that time. The ancient god ancestor immediately said. The godlords of the Tianyu clan merely confirmed his question but did not discuss the details of what Hunyi faced at that moment. The ancient god ancestor could sense that this matter had a significant impact within the Tianyu clan, disturbing Tier 10 and Tier 11 godlords. Even the ancestors were paying attention to this incident. The mere death of Hunyi could not possibly cause such a stir. Lifeforms like Hunyi, a 9th rank of each era, the Tianyu clan would always have one. Many Tier 10 and Tier 11 godlords were once the strongest 9th ranks of their era. The godlords and ancestors of the Tianyu clan were concerned about the manner of Hunyi's death, and the means employed by the Galaxy Master. The Galaxy Master was already the youngest 9th rank in human history, listed on assassination lists by various different species, attracting significant attention. Now, the Galaxy Master has exhibited such overpowering strength that even a peak clan like the Tianyu clan felt the prick of threat. At least for the future, once the Galaxy Master steps into 10th rank or even Tier 11, who, in the absence of a supreme being, can suppress him in a major battlefield? Alright. The Mudwa traveler also realized the gravity of the situation. The combat power shown by the Galaxy Master was excessively high. Could it be that he wanted to replicate the spectacle of the 8th layer, breaking the myth of special 9th ranks within the 9th rank realm? Special 9th ranks typically refer to those lifeforms that have opened more than 20 million spatial layers. These strong beings already have the capacity to impact 10th rank, but they choose not to advance, instead continuously opening more spatial layers. Such 9th rank beings are much stronger than the common 9th ranks of the myriad heavy realm, hence they are known as special 9th ranks. The Mudwa traveler waved his hands, and within the Shenhuang secret realm, the Galaxy Master appeared voluntarily, swiftly showing the scene of Hunyi self-destructing. These images, merely what the Mudwa traveler himself had seen, had limited information, but at least the ancient god ancestor could glean some truth from these partial snippets. The expression of the ancient god ancestor grew increasingly grave, especially just before Hunyi self-destructed. The number of spatial layers possessed by the Galaxy Master is at least over 100 million. The ancient god ancestor steadied himself and spoke. The reason he said, at least, was entirely limited by the Mudwa traveler's visual capacity. He could only feel the vast, boundless waves of spatial layers. If the ancient god ancestor himself had been present, he would definitely have been able to detect exactly how many spatial layers the Galaxy Master had occupied, but the Mudwa traveler did not have this ability. The ancient god ancestor could only speculate based on the myriad pieces of information the Mudwa traveler sensed and felt. 100 million spatial layers? And at least? The Mudwa traveler took a deep breath. He was also ninth rank and even a special life, possibly not as talented as the ancestor, but he had also opened nearly 1,000,000 spatial layers. Even so, the Madwa traveler was aware of the difficulties involved in developing spatial layers, the very essence of space often causing him major discomfort. 1,000,000 spatial layers were already so difficult, let alone 100 million. The development of spatial layers is not as simple as 1 + 1 = 2. Opening 1,000,000 spatial layers taking 100,000 years does not equate to opening 1,000,000,000 spatial layers costing 10 million years proportionally. The more spatial layers are opened, the greater the difficulty, which increases exponentially. This Galaxy Master has the strongest talent and gift I have seen in any being. The ancient god ancestor collected his thoughts, his tone filled with emotion. As a Tier 11 peak who had fully comprehended the rule of time, the ancient god ancestor naturally speculated that the Galaxy Master must have encountered some great fortune enabling him, in one moment, to be pursued while in the next, to turn the tables and counterattack. Chapter 613 Inconceivable News, please subscribe. _2 Such opportunities are invariably related to time, and the ancient god ancestor knew quite a few of them like Eternal Dream, Land Beyond, and so on. By utilizing exaggerated time flow rates, one achieves a leap in personal strength in a short period of time. This kind of method is not a secret among the 9th rank and 11th rank circles in the cosmic starry skies, even more so for the peak clans. Otherwise, why would human civilization, which has only emerged from its home planet for just over 2 million years, have produced so many terrifying powerhouses? Over 2 million years is merely the time flow rate of the main universe. As for those 11th rank powerhouses of human civilization, how many years they have actually experienced is another matter. But no matter how much time flow rate one experiences, some things cannot be achieved just by having enough time. For example, creating 100 million spatial layers at 9th rank. Even if you gave a genius like Huni 100 million or a billion years, it would still be impossible to achieve. And once there is a difference between the time flow rate and that of the main world, the perception of the great Daos rules becomes infinitely vague. Without the understanding of the space rules of the main universe, how can one possibly create spatial layers out of thin air? It is basically impossible. Ancestor. Madwa Traveler was also profoundly shaken inside. The ancient god ancestor had been born countless tens of thousands of years ago, during which he even sponsored 2 supreme beings who had not yet grown up. He had seen countless peerless and defying geniuses and many unique lives that were the only ones of their kind in the universe. Yet now, the ancestor actually said that the Galaxy Master has the strongest innate talent he's ever seen? Ancestor, are you saying that the Galaxy Master could become a supreme being? Madwa Traveler asked with a trembling soul. A supreme being? He had just crossed fists with the Galaxy Master not long ago. It's not that simple. The ancient god ancestor shook his head as he spoke. A supreme being is not something that can be achieved through talent and innate ability alone. It also requires various external factors and, crucially, luck. The ancient god ancestor had lived through countless long years, and the 2 still growing supreme beings he had supported did not have such heaven-defying innate abilities, less so than many special beings. Yet, in the end, they still stood at the pinnacle of the universe. But at least, the Galaxy Master has a greater hope of becoming a supreme being than most other beings, said the ancient god ancestor. While talent and innate ability might not help much in becoming a supreme being, they do grant powerful strength. With such strength, one can gain more resources and opportunities, which do help in becoming a supreme being. However, the ancient god ancestor seemed to think of something, and a trace of heartache appeared on his face. With such a good opportunity, how could you not seize it? Madwa, holding the time black hole capable of trapping a special 9th rank being, could have proactively rescued the Galaxy Master before he made his move. Even if the Galaxy Master did not need saving at the very least, he could have owed Madwa a favor. Ancestor, it was you who told me to take action at the critical moment, Madwa Traveler said, shrinking his head and speaking somewhat aggrieved. Can't you judge some things for yourself? The ancient god ancestor glanced at Madwa Traveler. Human civilization virtual world. Within a private virtual world. Several 9th rank evolvers gathered here, engaging in casual conversation. How strong is the spirit will of a 9th rank evolver? Multitasking with ease, sending a strand of will into the virtual world for relaxation, without affecting what they were doing. That Huni of the Chanyu clan is too shameless. Who knows how many tens of thousands of years he has cultivated, and he specifically went to hunt down the Galactic Star Master, said several ninth ranks whose avatars entered the Shenhuang secret realm. The content of their conversation mostly concerned matters occurring within the secret realm. It's a pity that several of the special ninth ranks of our human civilization are too far away and can't make it over in a short time, sighed a ninth rank evolver. The Shenhuang secret realm is vast, and it suppresses any teleportation or instant movement methods, which results in low rescue efficiency. Duke has already spoken out. He said that if anything happens to the Galactic Star Master, he will go all out to hunt down the ninth rank of the Chanyu clan for the next duration the secret realm is open, said a third ninth rank. Duke is the strongest ninth rank evolver of the human civilization in this era, having opened nearly 40 million spatial layers, and his strength is even above Hunius. If Duke were to give up opportunities within the secret realm to chase down the ninth rank powerhouses of the Chanyu clan, it would be a major event. Those ninth rank lives of the Chanyu clan would certainly be terrified. But the few evolvers didn't think Hunyi would compromise. To pay the price of some ordinary ninth rank Chanyu beings in exchange for detaining Duke, the most powerful ninth rank of human civilization, was not too much of a loss. Moreover, they could even kill the Galactic Star Master once. However, even if the Galactic Star Master dies, at most he would lose an avatar and forego the chance in the Shenhuang secret realm, which is still acceptable, said the first ninth rank evolver to speak. These old fellows wanted to use the opportunities within the Shenhuang secret realm to attempt to go one step further. But the Galactic Star Master is still young, and the Shenhuang secret realm isn't essential for him. What I'm worried about is that this incident may change the Galactic Star Master's mindset, another evolver said with a serious tone. Upon hearing this, the brows of the other ninth ranks slightly furrowed. Indeed, if it were them, being killed by Hunyi and losing an avatar wouldn't affect them in the slightest. But the Galaxy Master? Too young and has experienced too few things, hardly having faced any setbacks. This kind of unparalleled prodigy, normally unstoppable, once obstructed, the impact will not be small. Such examples are not non-existent in the history of human civilization, although the probability is not large, but the Galaxy Master is too important to human civilization. I hope the Galaxy Master won't be affected by the killing of his avatar. The last ninth rank evolver was just about to speak. Suddenly, several evolvers present almost received a message at the same time. The Galaxy Master counter-killed Hunyi? And did so with an absolute advantage? Hunyi didn't even dare to engage, directly self-destructing that avatar? How is this possible? The ninth rank evolvers blinked, some not quite catching up. If it weren't for the fact that they received this message simultaneously and it was confirmed multiple times, they would have thought it was a joke. The Galaxy Master. After a long while, the ninth rank evolvers recovered from the shock. They looked at each other, their astonishment evident in their expressions. It was too incredible. How did the Galaxy Master manage to do it? Shenhuang's secret realm. Duke, who was rapidly moving through the heavy spatial layers, suddenly stopped. He was the strongest ninth rank life form of the human civilization in this era, intending to attempt a rescue of the Galaxy Master. Although he wasn't very hopeful, one always has to try. But now, Duke's expression was somewhat shocked. The Galaxy Master doesn't need my rescue? Did Hunyi perish at the hands of the Galaxy Master? Duke was a bit stunned. As a special ninth rank himself, he had clashed with Hunyi more than once. Therefore, Duke was well aware of Hunyi's strength. It was possible for him to defeat Hunyi, but to kill Hunyi? Even to force Hunyi into self-destructing voluntarily? At least in Duke's mind, unless a 10th rank powerhouse intervened, it seemed unlikely that any 9th rank could achieve this. Has the Galaxy Master broken through to 10th rank? Duke speculated internally, but immediately dismissed this possibility. This was the Shenhuang secret realm, which rejects any life form above and including 10th rank. If the Galaxy Master was an ordinary 10th rank with the transformation of his life essence, he would be repelled by the Shenhuang secret realm immediately. Not 10th rank. Duke found it hard to believe, unable to conceive how exactly the Galaxy Master achieved all this with his strength. The events in the Shenhuang secret realm naturally couldn't be kept secret, and the myriad clans in the cosmic starry skies learned of it at the first instance. The Galaxy Master, it's always the Galaxy Master. When he was at 8th layer, he could kill those unbeatable 8s like butchering chickens. Now that he's 9th rank, is he going after those special 9th ranks too? Could it be that the Galaxy Master is the direct descendant of a supreme being from human civilization? No, even if he were the offspring of a supreme being, it shouldn't be this monstrous. Too amazing. The Galaxy Master is just over 100 years old, right? The many clans found it incredible. The Galaxy Master had already created enough miracles, but who would have thought that shortly after stepping into 9th rank, he would tear apart the myth of the special 9th ranks. Many clans began to sense subtly that in the long years to come, the shadow of the Galaxy Master would loom in the minds of every 9th rank powerhouse. Milky Way main star. Lin Yuan was also aware that his killing of Huni would have a great impact on the 10,000 universe races. But backed by human civilization, there was no need to conceal strength at every turn. Moreover, Lin Yuan's killing of Huni was far from his full effort, having mobilized less than 200 million spatial layers, far short of the over 2 billion spatial layers. Whoosh! With a thought from Lin Yuan. A bell-shaped secret treasure appeared before him, emanating strands of mysterious aura. Chapter 6:14 The Value of the 9th Stage Martial Tao Chapter, Seeking Subscriptions, Origin Fine Gold, Lin Yuan carefully observed. After absorbing his true body and 2 primordial spirits in the world of gods, this secret treasure had undergone several transformations. The aura it now exuded was not much different from that of a 10th rank secret treasure. By activating the origin clock and adding elemental body and blood rebirth divine skills, my defensive capabilities should be comparable to the 10th rank, right? A smile appeared on Lin Yuan's face. The more than 2 billion spatial layers allowed Lin Yuan's full eruption of power to surpass the ordinary 10th rank, even transcending most of the 10th rank in his understanding of the essence of space. In terms of defense, with the help of the origin clock and 2 divine skills, Lin Yuan was also comparable to any 10th rank. The defense here was direct, and in fact, occupying more than 2 billion spatial layers, it was very difficult for anyone as strong as the 10th rank to lock onto his true Bodhis position. Not to mention attacking him. Once I finish this expedition in the Shenhuang secret realm, he'll start preparing for my breakthrough to the 10th rank. Lin Yuan made up his mind. He believed he had reached the pinnacle at the 9th rank stage, and as for continuing to open spatial layers, there was completely no need. The 20+ billion spatial layers, even if Lin Yuan spent a lot of time opening tens of thousands more layers, would almost have no impact compared to the 20+ billion scale. Moreover, after reaching more than 20 billion layers, the difficulty of opening each additional layer was unimaginably higher than before. That Huni really had quite a few good items, Lin Yuan thought as he killed Huni in the Shenhuang world and casually took the opponent's space bracelet, also glancing at the treasures inside. There were secret treasures, some Shenhuang crystals, and some opportunities gained from the secret realm itself. Altogether, they were worth about 2 million cubic universe crystals. While this was certainly less compared to the normal special 9th rank price, considering that it was Huni's avatar entering the Shenhuang secret realm, not bringing 2 precious treasures was normal. Although a powerhouse that opened tens of millions of spatial layers virtually had no match in the Shenhuang secret realm, it did not mean they could not die. The Shenhuang secret realm itself still held many dangers, especially in the core area, where there were places capable of severely injuring special 9th rank individuals. Shenhuang secret realm. With a thought, Lin Yuan, along with Shilan, ventured into the depths of the multitudinous spatial layers. Galaxy Master, I guess I'm done for, Shilan sighed, her vitality exhausted, unable to contain the continuous burning of her physical soul and spirit will for 2.5 years. At this moment, Xylan's life signs had plummeted to the bottom. He'll take your treasures back for you. Lin Yuan understood Xylan's condition, and if it had been in the outside world, it might have been possible to save her with many cosmic rare treasures. But not in the Shenhuang secret realm. In fact, even if those means were available, Shilan would not have used them as it was just an avatar after all. If it fell, she could still convene another one. To waste so many life-saving cosmic rare treasures for this would be completely unnecessary. Thank you, Galaxy Master, Shilan nodded, her form rapidly dissipating. She could have maintained herself for a few more months, but there was no need to do so. It was inevitable that she would disintegrate, and dissolving earlier would allow her to convene a new avatar sooner. Brother Shilan. Lin Yuan collected Xylan's leftover space bracelet, deciding to allocate a small portion of the gains he would make on his way to the core area to her. Without Shilan, it would have been difficult for Lin Yuan to have made it this far, and he acknowledged this favor. A calling sensation? Lin Yuan looked up towards the core area of the secret realm, understanding it deeper with the surge in the number of spatial layers he opened. If Lin Yuan was right, that calling sensation was situated in one of the spatial layers of the core area. Let's go and find out. After pondering briefly, Lin Yuan quickly headed towards the core area. This time, Lin Yuan did not conceal his aura, but intentionally displayed it, attracting the attention of the indigenous life forms of the secret realm. Under that calling sensation, Lin Yuan had no time to specifically search for native life to kill, but it did not hinder his drawing them in to kill. With Lin Yuan's current strength, he could virtually sweep through the Shenhuang secret realm, and no matter how many native life forms came, they were merely delivering cubic universe crystals to him. Boom boom boom. Under the stirring of the numerous spatial layers, even the nearby 9th rank different species became aware. This is bad, that's the Galaxy Master. Hurry, keep your distance. Even Huni died at the hands of the Galaxy Master, forced into self-detonation. Go go go, don't let the Galaxy Master spot you. The Galaxy Master is heading towards the core area? This exploration, let's stay as far from the core area as possible. Countless 9th rank aliens were terrified, dreading that the Galaxy Master might discover them, especially those alien strong ones who had strained relationships with human civilization, who were particularly fearful and apprehensive. Even the few special 9th rank, upon sensing the aura of the Galaxy Master, quickly fled far away, not daring to stay any longer. Were they kidding? Even Huni had perished at the hands of the Galaxy Master, let alone them? Even if a few special 9th rank were slightly stronger than Huni, the Galaxy Master didn't struggle much to kill Huni. To kill them who were similar special 9th rank, it probably wouldn't be much trouble either. In such circumstances, those special 9th rank naturally kept as far away as possible. Even those without significant grievances toward human civilization refused to get too close to the Galaxy Master. Chapter 615 The Value of the 9th Stage Martial Tao Chapter. Seeking subscriptions? _2 No one wished to stay close to an existence that could kill them at any moment. It was far too risky. Moreover, for those special 9th rank evolvers who had lived until now, each had reaped a significant bounty, and in the eyes of the Galaxy Master, they were no different from moving lands of opportunity. Milky Way main star. Lin Yuan, satisfied, absorbed the origin clock into his body, continuing to nurture it with the power of the world. 9th Stage Martial Tao Chapter. Lin Yuan's smile faded as he planned to upload the 9th Stage Martial Tao Chapter first. This too was something that needed to be done each time he traversed, constantly updating the Martial Tao evolutionary path to attract more evolvers to cultivate and provide assistance for the future ultimate leap. Of course, harvesting a huge amount of merit points as well as vast wealth was also considered an additional gain. Uploading the Martial Tao evolutionary path to the Goddess of Wisdom didn't mean selling the rights to this evolutionary path. Lin Yuan remained the founder of the Martial Tao evolutionary path. For every sale of the Martial Tao evolutionary path, Lin Yuan would receive 30% of the profits. Goddess of Wisdom. Lin Yuan directly connected to the Goddess of Wisdom. Respected 9th rank evolver, Galaxy Master Scholar Lin Yuan, the Goddess of Wisdom is pleased to serve you. A solemn and cool voice sounded almost instantly in Lin Yuan's ear. I wish to upload the 9th Stage Martial Tao Chapter, Lin Yuan said. Immediately he uploaded all the contents of the thoroughly arranged 9th rank chapter. Beyond this, Lin Yuan also uploaded the path of bloodline cultivation. He had summarized himself as a branch of the Martial Tao evolutionary path. Respected 9th rank evolver, Galaxy Master Scholar Lin Yuan, please wait a moment. The 9th rank chapter and bloodline cultivation path you have uploaded are currently being evaluated. After the Goddess of Wisdom spoke, she fell silent. Lin Yuan expected this and patiently began to wait. In the depths of the virtual world, a mysterious space, 9 majestic thrones stood tall. Just then several figures appeared out of thin air. Xia Qin Supreme Being, Feather Butterfly Supreme Being, Ancient Power Supreme Being, Void God Supreme Being. In total, 4 Evolver Tower Masters descended in consciousness. Goddess of Wisdom, what matter did you have to call us here for? The Void God Supreme Being slightly furrowed his brow. As the ultimate of the Void evolution path, he spent most of his time merging into the vast and endless origin source of space. It took a great effort for him to come out this time, only to be summoned by the Goddess of Wisdom. Void God, don't be so hot-tempered. The goddesses also act in the interest of human civilization, said the Ancient Power Supreme Being. The 9 Supreme Beings of human civilization had diverse characters. The Ancient Power Supreme Being was decisive and ruthless against different species, preferring to err on the side of killing rather than forgiving, but he was quite gentle towards his own kind. 4 Supreme Beings, the 9th rank chapter of the Martial Tao evolutionary path needs your evaluation. The Goddess of Wisdom's voice came through at that moment. The ninth stage martial Tao chapter? Is it the evolutionary path created by that strongest genius in the history of human civilization? The Void God Supreme Being's eyes slightly lit up. Yes. This youngster is growing too fast. He was just in the Shenhuang secret realm killing Hunyi of the Tianyu clan and has opened up at least 1 billion spatial layers. Feather Butterfly Supreme Being spoke with a hint of surprise in his voice. As a Supreme Being, capable of going against the current to witness the past of the cosmic starry sky, and observing various unimaginable geniuses, he was still astonished by Lin Yuan. 1 billion spatial layers? Even with the help of time treasures, opening up so many layers would be as difficult as reaching the skies. None of the progenies raised by the 9 supreme beings of human civilization, despite the pouring of various resources, managed to open up beyond 1 billion spatial layers at the 9th rank. Indeed, such a genius, never heard of nor even spoken of before, Ancient Power Supreme Being was also somewhat amazed, and upon confirming Lin Yuan was human, he felt somewhat relieved. Hopefully this youngster can make it to the end, sighed Xiaqin Supreme Being. To make it to the end meant stepping into Tier 12, becoming the ultimate of an evolution path, ranking as the 10th supreme being of human civilization. Okay. Goddess of Wisdom, please show us the 9th stage martial Tao chapter. Void God Supreme Being was also intrigued. Especially after seeing the assessment of Lin Yuan by the Feather Butterfly Supreme Being and the other 2 supreme beings, his curiosity was piqued even more. Especially Xiaqin Supreme Being, he actually hoped that the young one could make it to the end. The Void God Ultimate Being was keenly aware of the hardships involved in becoming a supreme being. It had practically nothing to do with talent. How many among those who reached the Tier 11 peak lacked talent or qualifications? It mainly depended on the accumulation in all aspects and that bit of luck. No Tier 11 peak evolver was certain of their success before attempting to become a supreme being. 4 supreme beings, please look. The Goddess of Wisdom sent the 9th stage martial Tao chapter and the bloodline cultivation path separately to the 4 supreme beings. With the computational power of the 3 goddesses, even the 9th stage evolution path could be judged independently, without the need to inform the several supreme beings. But the potential of the martial Tao evolutionary path was too significant. Relying only on computational power might result in omissions, so the input of the supreme beings was still needed. This would allow for a more accurate determination of the potential of the 9th stage martial Tao chapter. Before long, the supreme beings had generally finished reviewing it. Interesting, this 9th rank chapter actually involves the transformation of the inner world? I can deduce that the transformed inner world will indeed be much more stable, one commented. Truly marvelous, such a direction for transformation has never been seen in the cosmic starry skies before. How did this young one come up with it? Another marveled. Rare indeed, the 9th stage martial Tao. Future 9th stage martial Tao evolvers will be significantly stronger than other strong beings at the same level, added another. The 4 supreme beings quietly discussed. They naturally could see through the exquisite details of the 9th stage martial Tao chapter and possessed a stable and perfected method of world transformation. World transformation? Was it that easy to achieve? A stable world, every part formed a perfect balance. Minor changes might even lead to the collapse of the entire world. And this bloodline cultivation path, it's several tiers more mature than those currently in our human civilization's bloodline evolution families. The Void God Ultimate Being looked over the bloodline cultivation path and gave his evaluation. Indeed so, he concurred. The martial path evolutionary path, even if it doesn't transform into the supreme evolution path in the future, is definitely a foundation-level evolutionary path for our human civilization. Our human civilization really struck a treasure this time. The 4 supreme beings looked at each other and smiles appeared on their faces. 4 supreme beings regarding the final determination of the 9th stage martial Tao chapter, valued at 80 million merit points, and the bloodline cultivation path, valued at 50 million merit points. Are there any objections? The Goddess of Wisdom spoke. 80 million merit points seems a bit low, rounded off to 100 million, one suggested. And that bloodline cultivation path, although it's best suited for the martial path evolutionary path, other evolvers can also benefit from it to some extent. Let's also set it at 100 million, Xiaqin Supreme Being mused and said. We have the same opinion, concurred the Ancient Power Supreme Being and the other 2 supreme beings. In reality, the 3 goddesses had many grounds for their final determination, neither too much nor too little. But the 4 supreme beings felt that, facing a peerless genius like Lin Yuan, why not grant more merit points? After all, the Human Civilization Alliance was vast and prosperous. What benefited Lin Yuan also benefited human civilization. Determination approved, replied the goddess of wisdom. Milky Way main star. Lin Yuan was meditating with his eyes closed. Respected 9th rank Evolver and Galaxy Master Lin Yuan Scholar, the evaluation of your submitted 9th stage Martial Tao chapter and bloodline cultivation path has been completed. The solemn and cold voice of the goddess of wisdom came through. It's done? Lin Yuan opened his eyes and kept listening. After evaluation, the 9th stage Martial Tao chapter is valued at 100 million merit points, the bloodline cultivation path at 100 million merit points, totaling 200 million merit points. Would you like to receive them now? The goddess of wisdom asked quickly. 200 million merit points? Lin Yuan took a deep breath. What is the most precious in the Human Civilization Alliance? Civilization coins? Cosmic coins? Cosmic crystals? Numerous secret treasures? None of these. The most precious thing in human civilization is merit points. Lin Yuan had not understood this before, but after spending time at the Eternal Spring, he came to appreciate the value of merit points. Let's say this human civilization has many strategic treasures that are not open to the public. Those different species, even if they offered a great price, couldn't obtain them. But as long as you are a human, if your authority meets the requirements, you can acquire them through merit points. In human civilization, merit points can achieve anything, and that is no empty talk. Even if you need to pay enough merit points, even a supreme being would work for you. Chapter 616 Martial Tao Rankings, please subscribe. Just these 200 million merit points, of which 100 million, actually comes from Bloodline Cultivation Path? Lin Yuan felt slightly surprised. The 9th stage Martial Tao chapter was valued at 100 million merit points, which, although still beyond expectations, was within a reasonable range. But the Bloodline Cultivation Path? This method of cultivation, limited by the upper bounds of one's bloodline and peaking at the 7th rank without the ability to open up an inner world within oneself, actually holds the same value as the 9th stage Martial Tao chapter? Is it because of its popularity? Lin Yuan pondered. The 9th stage Martial Tao chapter targets a group. It's for the evolvers of the Martial Tao cultivation system, and it's only useful if cultivated to the 9th stage Martial Tao. 9th rank evolvers? There are so few 9th rank evolvers within the whole human civilization, let alone the multitude within the Shenhuang secret realm. That's all the life from across the cosmic starry skies combined. All the peak clans, powerful races and so on, along with some unique life forms, loners etc. spread among individual clans, making 9th rank evolvers quite rare. But looking across the universe, there are indeed some 9th rank beings. But still just some, the overall number remains limited. But the Bloodline Cultivation Path can be said to be a branch of the martial arts evolution system. In fact, it could completely divorce itself from the martial arts evolution system. Just like the body cultivation lineage in the central divine China world, not only can the disciples of the Tao Immortal sect practice body cultivation, but devil cultivators and others can also attempt body cultivation techniques. Even with its broad popularity, it doesn't merit 100 million. Lin Yuan was still somewhat puzzled. After all, the bloodline cultivation path wasn't his unique creation. Human civilization had bloodline evolution families a long time ago, but their refinement and application of bloodlines were not as perfected as the bloodline cultivation path Lin Yuan had summarized. What concept is 100 million merit points? It's almost equivalent to the total merit points needed by 2 8th layer citizens, and there are far fewer 8th layer citizens in human civilization than 9th rank evolvers. There must be other factors influencing its value, Lin Yuan speculated. He didn't know that in the original valuation by the 3 goddesses, the bloodline cultivation path was only worth 50 million merit points. It was several supreme beings who forcefully raised its value to 100 million. It was to facilitate Lin Yuan's smoother development. Anyway, as long as Lin Yuan was a human evolver, giving a little more meant little to them, no loss at all. My current total of merit points is now 208 million? Lin Yuan felt pleased, of which 200 million merit points had just been acquired. And the remaining 8 million merit points included 3 million left over from the last promotion to an 8th layer citizen, and the other 5 million were Lin Yuan's reward for killing many 9th rank alien races in the Shenhuang secret realm. Even though he only killed avatars, those were avatars of 9th rank alien races, not much less significant than utterly killing an 8th rank alien race, let alone there was a special 9th rank like Huni among them. It's a pity, After I killed Hunyi, those hostile 9th-rank alien races of human civilization all gave up the many opportunities in the Shenhuang secret realm, hiding in some corner. Lin Yuan slightly shook his head. The Shenhuang secret realm is vast, many times more expansive than the world of gods, and contains spatial layers far exceeding 1,000,000,000,000-fold. If those 9th-rank alien races want to hide unless Lin Yuan conducts a carpet search, it will be very hard to find them. And a carpet search is too time-consuming. Even with Lin Yuan having opened up over 2 billion spatial layers, searching at full strength during the 100 years the Shenhuang secret realm is open, he could at most cover 1/10,000th of the secret realm. Forget it, finding the source of that calling sensation is more important. Lin Yuan's perspective shifted to inside the Shenhuang secret realm. At this moment, his Taiyang divine spirit was rushing towards the core area, creating quite a stir along the way, occasionally attracting native life forms of the secret realm and resolving them with ease, taking away the Shenhuang crystals. The present Lin Yuan within the Shenhuang secret realm, aside from human civilization's evolvers and those clan powerhouses following human civilization, hardly any 9th-rank strong beings dared to approach. The deterrent force was too great. Since the Shenhuang secret realm opened, not a single 9th-rank strong being has caused such significant influence. Before making a move, they forced those from peak clans to retreat, preferring to forsake many opportunities within the secret realm rather than risk exposing themselves. Right, let's check the current ranking of the martial path evolutionary path. Lin Yuan's thoughts stirred. While still at the 8th rank, the martial path evolutionary path was already first in the Chiquan Star Domain evolutionary ranking, and first in the Anan Star Alliance evolutionary ranking, with the 8th rank martial path overpowering a host of 9th-stage evolution paths reaching the pinnacle of the Anan Star Alliance. Now that the martial path evolutionary path has reached 9th rank, and with just the 9th stage martial Tao chapter valued at 100 million merit points by the 3 goddesses, along with the bloodline cultivation path as its branch. Lin Yuan was eagerly anticipating the true ranking of the martial path evolutionary path. First in Kanglan Star, first in Chiquan Star Domain, first in Anan Star Alliance, 53rd in the Southern Star region? Lin Yuan glanced over the latest ranking information of the martial path evolutionary path. Ranked at 53rd in the Southern Star region's evolutionary ranking? Lin Yuan's vision brought up a virtual screen, with the rankings of the Southern Star region's evolutionary path scrolling from top to bottom. The Southern Star region, one of human civilization's 5 major star regions, spans an area calculated in light years. Countless evolutionary scholars, 9th rank evolvers, 10th rank evolvers, and even 11th rank evolvers have emerged from its history. Every evolutionary path that has made it onto the Southern Star region's evolutionary ranking is one of humanity's topmost, possessing profound influence. Earlier, the 8th rank martial path evolutionary path didn't even have the qualifications to be on the Southern Star region's evolutionary ranking list. Chapter 617 Martial Tao Rankings. Please subscribe. _2. Some Tier 11 evolution paths are ranked after the martial path evolutionary path? Lin Yuan glanced at it and marveled inwardly. He had still underestimated the true potential of the current martial path evolutionary path. In terms of ranking, it was incredible that the 9th stage martial Tao suppressed an 11th tier evolution path. That was an 11th tier evolution path, a path that hoped to steadily cultivate to Tier 11, even if its potential to advance was 0. But it had already reached the endpoint of many evolution paths. It seems that in the judgment of the 3 goddesses, the martial path evolutionary path has the potential to transform into a supreme evolution path, Lin Yuan thought to himself. Only this could explain the ranking of the martial path evolutionary path. The Tier 11 evolution paths presently controlled by human civilization were many whose potentials had been exhausted, with no hope of touching the supreme evolution path. This was the only possible reason for the martial path evolutionary path to exceed the others. Supreme evolution path. Lin Yuan's heart raced. This was the desire of countless lives. Merely looking back at several decades ago when a corpse of a supreme being drifted in from the space cracks of a large alien battlefield outside, it caused many supreme beings of the main universe to fight fiercely. This alone showed how precious the supreme evolution path was. This was merely speculation that the deceased supreme being might have contained a supreme evolution path, a mere possibility that led the insect race to take a dangerous risk. Human civilization evolution rankings. Lin Yuan continued looking at the last leaderboard. The human civilization evolution rankings, the most authoritative list, includes the 100 strongest evolution paths ever in human civilization, including those 9 supreme evolution paths, not entered into the top 100, Lin Yuan wasn't surprised at all. It could be said that the evolution paths on the human civilization evolution rankings all possess great potential, even with hopes of transforming into supreme evolution paths, which are 11th tier evolution paths. Even if the martial path evolutionary path has infinite potential, it is ultimately just a 9th rank evolution path. It would be strange if it made it onto the human civilization evolution rankings. After uploading the martial path evolutionary path and obtaining an astronomical amount of merit points, Lin Yuan then took out the mysterious gourd. Let's focus on restoring the nearly 200 billion li radius inner world, Lin Yuan planned inwardly. Before the 9th transit, Lin Yuan's absorption of the liquid in the mysterious gourd had only reached the 5th drop, and his inner world was only a little over 1.6 billion li in size. Now, the inner world was nearing 200 billion li in radius. Although it seemed like only 30 million li in radius had been added on the surface, when combining over 2 billion spatial layers, one could realize the terrifying increase. Each layer of the inner world, theoretically, is no smaller than the main space. The added 30 million li in radius, multiplied by over 2 billion. Even though the power contained in each individual spatial layer is far less than that of the main space, the sheer quantity is overwhelming. The inner worlds of the 2 divine spirits. I'll wait for the Taiyang divine spirit to return before worrying about that. Lin Yuan was determined to prioritize the full recovery of his true body first. As for the Taiyang divine spirit, whether or not the Taiyang divine spirit fully recovers, the impact isn't significant, especially since only 9th rankers enter the Shenhuang secret realm. Given the known limit of 9th rank combat power does not exceed 10,000, having 100 million combat power or 80 million on the Taiyang divine spirit makes no noticeable difference. Anon Star Alliance Virtual World, Central Plaza area. Evolver after evolver and high-ranking citizens continuously appeared, looking towards the towering evolution rankings board, and the top-ranked martial path evolutionary path. Their expressions invariably revealed shock. Decades ago, the martial path evolutionary path first appeared on the Anon evolution rankings and topped the rankings as soon as it appeared, dropping many strong jaws. Other evolution paths, even if their rankings rose, did so painstakingly, 1 or 2 places at a time. But the martial path evolutionary path did well, jumping 100 places to top the Anon evolution rankings straight away. Such an incredible rise in rankings has never occurred since the establishment of the Anon Star Alliance and was completely irrational. I heard that this martial path evolutionary path originated from the Qikuan star domain. It also topped the Qikuan evolution rankings at an extremely frightening pace. Compare Qikuan star domain to our Anon Star Alliance? However, this martial path evolutionary path is indeed terrifying. None of our many 9th rank evolution paths from Anon Star Alliance could suppress it? While you all are still doubting the martial path evolutionary path, I've already started training the younger generation. With the potential displayed by the martial path evolutionary path now, who knows, it might even advance to a 9th rank evolutionary path in the future. One by one, evolvers and high-ranking citizens spoke, and naturally, the core of their disputes was still on the martial path evolutionary path. After all, this evolutionary path was too dazzling. Compared to it, other evolutionary paths from the same period were utterly dim. Fortunately, the creator of this evolutionary path was a mysterious evolutionary scholar of human civilization, which was acceptable. After all, an evolutionary scholar was a representation of the pinnacle of human civilization, and each evolutionary scholar represented its depth. The minimum requirement for an evolutionary scholar was to be an 8th rank evolver. Many evolutionary scholars' strength reached the 10th or 11th rank. When will this mysterious evolutionary scholar update the 9th rank chapter of the martial path evolutionary path? A high-ranking citizen asked expectantly. I think it's difficult. Many people thought it was difficult before the update of the 6th rank chapter, 7th rank chapter, and 8th rank chapter. It's different. How could the 9th rank chapter be the same as the previous ones? Many evolvers and high-ranking citizens had some disagreements. Foolish, still daring to question the update speed of the martial path evolutionary path? A thin man sat in the corner of the Central Plaza area. He came from the Qikuan star domain and had personally witnessed the rise of the martial path evolutionary path, knowing that this evolutionary path couldn't be speculated by common sense. The martial path evolutionary path? Alas, my foundation is already set, and the cost of switching to training in the martial path evolutionary path would be too great, the thin man regretted. Immediately he opened the detailed overview of the Martial Path evolutionary path, wishing to take another look at the content of the 7th rank chapter and 8th rank chapter. Although he had not practiced the Martial Path evolutionary path, he had purchased all the chapters from 1st rank to 8th rank. Even if he couldn't make the Martial Path evolutionary path his core evolutionary path, using it as a secondary practice was no problem. The thin man opened the detailed information of the Martial Path evolutionary path and casually refreshed it. His expression suddenly froze. For he saw 3 new words added after the original 8th rank chapter. 9th rank chapter. Has the Martial Path evolutionary path been updated with the 9th rank chapter? The thin man was greatly shocked. He looked around. Most people were still disputing while a few evolvers had slightly changed expressions, probably noticing the updated 9th rank chapter. 9th rank evolutionary path. The thin man thought deeply. After the update to the 9th rank chapter, the Martial Path evolutionary path would officially enter the ranks of the 9th rank evolutionary path. Anon evolution rankings still first. The thin man then looked towards the distant towering evolution rankings and saw that the Martial Path evolutionary path was still hanging at the top. When the Martial Path evolutionary path was at 8th rank, it had already topped the Anon evolution rankings. Now, with the update to the 9th rank chapter, the Anon evolution rankings could not show the potential increase of the updated Martial Path evolutionary path. Southern Star Region Evolution Rankings. The thin man opened the Southern Star Region Evolution Rankings with mixed feelings. 53rd place, the thin man fell silent. The Southern Star Region included countless areas like the Anon Star Alliance, and their rankings included evolutionary paths where the lowest was 10th rank. Breaking into the top 90 was basically 11th rank evolutionary paths. The Martial Path evolutionary path had suddenly surged to the 53rd place? Even though the thin man highly regarded the Martial Path evolutionary path, he now began to wonder if there was a mistake in the ranking. Meanwhile, as time passed, other neighboring evolvers and high-ranking citizens gradually discovered the update of the Martial Path evolutionary path and its final ranking. Chapter 618 Shinji, you just barged through without pausing? Please subscribe, Milky Way main star. Just 3 days had passed, and Lin Yuan's inner world had recovered to nearly 200 million square miles in size. The overwhelming force of the world, mixed with the power of more than 2 billion spatial layers, made even ordinary 10th rank powerhouses feel fear. The main universe's space is stable, countless spatial layers are equally firm, thought Lin Yuan. In the world of gods, Lin Yuan could easily establish a stable martial realm between many spatial layers, destined for all martial spirits to ascend. But in the main universe, Lin Yuan was unable to do so. The space in the main universe was too stable. Even 10th rank powerhouses couldn't force open a world of their own, it would take at least a tier 11. And the worlds created by 11th rank powerhouses could not last forever. Without maintenance, they would gradually be restored by the main universe's innate repairing capabilities. Unless one reached the level of a supreme being with the power to cause eternal spatial rifts, the idea of carving out a stable martial realm in the main universe was almost a fantasy. However, these past few days, the hottest topic in human civilization must be the Martial Path evolutionary path. Lin Yuan connected his consciousness to the virtual network, where the headlines of all major media in human civilization were all about the Martial Path evolutionary path. Before the 9th rank chapter of the martial arts evolutionary path was uploaded, even if it was only the 8th layer part, even if it topped the Anon Star Alliance leaderboard, it was still considered a minor evolution path within the scope of human civilization. Anon Star Alliance? It is merely one of the countless star alliances within the territory of human civilization. No matter how astoundingly fast the Martial Path evolutionary path soared, the vast majority of human civilization's evolvers and citizens had still never heard of it. But when the 9th rank Martial Path evolutionary path suddenly jumped onto the Southern Star Region evolutionary leaderboard, it could be said to have completely broken into the mainstream. There are many regions like the Anon Star Alliance within the Human Alliance, but star regions? There are only 5 major star regions in the entirety of human civilization. The star region level evolutionary leaderboards receive attention from countless human evolvers every day. The changes in the Southern Star Region evolutionary leaderboard, even if it was only by 53 spots or even 100, would stir discussions across all levels of human civilization. That's a good thing. The breaking into the mainstream of the Martial Path evolutionary path, the number of evolvers practicing the Martial Path evolutionary path, Lin Yuan looked pleased as he simultaneously opened the numerical information of evolvers of the Martial Path evolutionary path. The rule in human civilization is that every citizen who becomes an evolver must register at the local Evolvers Association. Lin Yuan himself had once registered with the Evolvers Association on Kanglin's star. By registering, detailed information about each evolver is collected, which then allows for the calculation of the number of martial arts evolutionaries at each rank. First tier chapter, 69,563,412,000. Second layer chapter, 9,250,430,000. Third rank chapter, 196,500,000. Fourth rank chapter, 5,420,000. Fifth stage section, 812,000. Sixth rank chapter, 98,000. Seventh rank chapter, 2,673. Eighth layer part, 0. Lin Yuan glanced over the relevant data and nodded slightly. It was clear that between the second layer chapter and the third rank chapter, there was a huge drop in the number of practitioners. This wasn't because the probability of breaking through from the Martial Dao second layer to the Martial Dao third rank was too low, but rather at least half of the numbers for the first tier chapter and second layer chapter had been added in these past few days. The Martial Path evolutionary path ranking at 53 on the star region level evolutionary leaderboard brought such immense exposure to all of humanity. No one knew how many citizens had chosen to practice the martial path. Moreover, the transition from the first tier chapter to the second layer chapter could be fast-tracked in some way, as it was related to the accumulation of energy. As for advancing from the second layer to the third rank, that was much more difficult. Progressing along a stable evolutionary path makes for a very high efficiency and speed. Lin Yuan nodded slightly. How many years had it been since the Martial Path evolutionary path was uploaded? In the main world, only 100 years had passed, and yet, there were already over 2,000 Martial Dao 7th rankers. Keep in mind, when Lin Yuan first created the Martial Dao chapters from the 1st rank to the 7th rank, including the years spent traveling between worlds, it had taken him 1,000 years. Of course, Lin Yuan was aware that those who had cultivated to Martial Dao 7th rank within a century were generally high-rank evolvers who had switched paths. Many 6th rank and 7th rank evolvers, foreseeing the potential of the Martial Path evolutionary path, had paid a huge price to forsake their original evolution path and choose the Martial Path instead. High-rank evolvers retraining in the Martial Path had a mastery of the essential nature of power and rules, allowing them to advance rapidly in the early and middle stages without needing any additional insights. These years' share of profits. Lin Yuan glanced at his account balance, about 9 million cubic universe crystals. This is cubic universe crystal, not civilizational currency or universe currency, but the cosmic crystal used universally by many races across the universe. Normally, a 8th layer powerhouse's worth is between a few thousand to 10,000 cubic universe crystals. Lin Yuan's shared income over the past 20 or 30 years was equivalent to the wealth accumulated by over 1,000 8th layer powerhouses in more than half their lifetimes. 9 million cubic universe crystals, 4 million of which came from the past few days. The 9th rank chapter's price is 500 trillion civilizational currency, equivalent to 5 cubic universe crystals, he thought. With 4 million cubic universe crystals and shared income, the total sales are roughly around 12 million cubic universe crystals, which means these past few days, the 9th rank chapter was purchased 2 to 3 million times. Lin Yuan was somewhat astonished. There were indeed many tycoons in human civilization, and the means by which high-rank evolvers amassed wealth were quite terrifying. Nearly 10 million cubic universe crystals and shared income, and it will only increase in the future. Lin Yuan became increasingly aware of the earning speed of a high-rank evolutionary path founder. Chapter 619 Shinji, you just barged through without pausing? Please subscribe. _2 Although the process of developing an evolution path is difficult, once achieved, it becomes a chicken that lays golden eggs. Cosmic crystals are the universal currency of the starry sky races, and although they may not compare to the merit points of human civilization, as long as the quantity is sufficient, one can purchase the vast majority of rare treasures and treasures of the universe. However, the percentage of the revenue is secondary. Lin Yuan exited the income interface of the Martial Path evolutionary path and looked up at the starry sky. With so many evolvers cultivating the Martial Path evolutionary path, when I make my ultimate leap, the benefits I'll gain will certainly not be small. Lin Yuan's thoughts fluctuated. Human civilization constantly expands its territory and wages war against different species to acquire more land and increase the population base as much as possible. With a larger population base, not only does the number of genius evolvers born increase, but one can also try to cultivate many evolution paths, increasing the chances for those on said paths to make a strike at becoming a supreme being at the 11th rank peak. Among the several peak civilizations, human civilization has the most supreme beings, a total of 9, which is related to the vast number of humans. Those unique life forms that can easily cultivate to tier 11 but dare not strike at becoming a supreme being do so because they have no confidence. That is why there are many ancient gods in the depths of the starry sky who continuously spread evolutionary paths formed from their characteristic information, such as the ancient god evolution path circulating within human civilization. It is to prepare for that step. Xianhuang's secret realm. Lin Yuan dashed freely within the many spatial layers. Close to the core area. Lin Yuan felt the calling sensation and knew he was near the core area. About half a month's time left. Lin Yuan calculated the time, looking forward to it more and more. As he drew closer, the calling grew clearer. His Majesty Xianhuang? Lin Yuan translated the call into the text of human civilization. Is it His Majesty from the Xianhuang secret realm? His Majesty of the Xianhuang secret realm, according to the information collected by human civilization over the years, should be the former ruler of this realm. Also a supreme being at that level. A calling related to a supreme being, Lin Yuan was pondering when suddenly his expression changed slightly. There? Lin Yuan sensed a subtle aura lurking in that area. Boom. 100,000 zhang large insect race hive suddenly soared up and fled frantically into the distance. Insect race. A smile appeared on Lin Yuan's face. Along the way, those 9th rank alien races had been avoiding him, and he didn't expect to encounter an insect race by chance. The Xianhuang secret realm is vast and boundless. The route Lin Yuan is on is far too insignificant compared to the entire realm, so encountering a 9th rank insect race is a complete surprise. Stay behind. Lin Yuan raised his right hand, the power of 200 million spatial layers spread, and the insect race hive had mastered nearly 30 million spatial layers, but it was clearly no match for Lin Yuan. Galaxy Master. The insect race hive cried out in despair, emitting strong mental fluctuations, and then it self-destructed, its massive body exploding. So decisive? Lin Yuan shook his head slightly. The bodies of insect race hives are immense, and the loss of an avatar costs much more than a small-sized 9th rank like Shilon. Did it know that I have memory poison on me? Lin Yuan speculated the reason. Other 9th rank alien races fear that Lin Yuan might capture them alive and take them back to human territory to use the methods of human civilization strong. But the insect race knows that Lin Yuan doesn't need to do that at all. When the insect race sent out 4 8th layer invincibles to assassinate the Galaxy Master, they used a dose of memory poison that could completely destroy a strong being at the memory level, making resurrection impossible against such destruction. The fall of those 4 8th layer invincibles was known to the insect race. Thus they knew that the memory poison had fallen into Lin Yuan's hands. Not a bad harvest, worth about 4 million cubic universe crystals. Lin Yuan nodded. Clearly the insect race had gained quite a bit in this secret realm. But now it all went to Lin Yuan. Milky Way main star. Lin Yuan ended his daily cultivation. That's right. I can go to the demon jade space and try to break through the 3rd layer of the Dark Tower. Lin Yuan mused. He was still quite tempted by the rewards for advancing through the layers of the Dark Tower. The Chaos Crystal he got after passing the 2nd layer, Lin Yuan still often scrutinized, gaining insights. Not to mention secret technique inheritances like void interpretation and illusory reality, which were even from the hands of the Moyu Tower Master. Let's go. Lin Yuan sensed the magic jade mark deep in his soul. A thread of spirit will followed the mark and instantly descended into the demon jade space. It has been a long time since I've been here. Lin Yuan looked around at the gray, foggy surroundings, feeling somewhat emotional. A long time here factored in the millennial span he had spent in the world of gods. As for the main world's time, not much had passed. Before long, Lin Yuan arrived in front of the towering 9 floors Dark Tower. You've come? Stone statue Shinji walked out and looked at Lin Yuan, smiling as he spoke. Are you thinking of trying the 3rd layer again? Stone statue Shinji discerned Lin Yuan's purpose. In actuality, aside from attempting the 3rd layer, there was nothing else Lin Yuan could do upon descending into the demon jade space. Right? Lin Yuan nodded. In his previous attempts at the Black Tower's 3rd layer, Lin Yuan had ended in failure, the distance to success seeming impossibly far. But now, Lin Yuan was brimming with confidence. Go ahead. Without any further words, stone statue Shinji opened the entrance to the Black Tower and made way. Whoosh! Lin Yuan walked straight in. Black Tower's third layer. Every inch of space was filled with omnipresent pressure. Having attempted it multiple times before, Lin Yuan already knew what the third layer tested. The first and second layers of the Black Tower tested resistance to intangible pressure, requiring challengers to withstand the force. But the third layer, the pervasive pressure, wasn't something that cultivators could resist at all. The true test of the third layer required cultivators to occupy more spatial layers, thereby avoiding the pressure from every direction. So the key to the third layer was evasion. The last time I came to tackle this Dark Tower's third layer, I only opened up less than 100,000 spatial layers, and I didn't even walk 1% of the distance. Lin Yuan recalled the previous scenes in his mind. By his estimation, to succeed in the third layer of the Black Tower, he would need to open nearly 100 million spatial layers. Nearly 100 million spatial layers. He estimated that even the strongest 9th-rank lifeforms among all races in the main cosmic starry sky of this era wouldn't be able to pass the third layer. But for the current me, in an instant, Lin Yuan occupied layer after layer of space, stepping lightly forward. Outside the Black Tower, stone statue Shinji was eagerly watching the images of the third layer. The last time this little guy spent nearly half an hour to cover just 1% of the distance, I guess it must have been quite a blow to him, stone statue Shinji thought to himself. Geniuses are proud, especially a freakish outlier like Lin Yuan. Even though it had been clearly stated to Lin Yuan that the standards for overcoming the third layer were those special 9th rank or even 10th rank lifeforms, seeing oneself as fragile as a piece of paper within the third layer of the Black Tower must have left a bitter taste. That the little guy dares to challenge the third layer again probably means a breakthrough. Maybe he can now walk 2% or even 5% of the total distance? Stone statue Shinji thought, taking it for granted that Lin Yuan had made a significant breakthrough, otherwise he wouldn't make such an assumption. To cover 2% or even 5% of the distance, at least a 9th rank life that had opened nearly 1 million spatial layers would be required. Lin Yuan had opened less than 100,000 spatial layers previously. Truly worthy of being a genius who comprehended dozens of cosmic forces at 8th layer, not much time has passed and there's already such a great breakthrough, stone statue Shinji watched with a smile, and just then in the image Lin Yuan took a light step forward. Whoosh! Lin Yuan vanished on the spot. Huh! Before stone statue Shinji could react, he saw that in the destination area of the third layer, another figure appeared. It was Lin Yuan. What? Stone statue Shinji was momentarily stunned and a bit bewildered. Chapter 6 20 Miniature Universe. Please subscribe. This means he made it through? Stone statue Shinji glanced at the starting position on the third layer of the Black Tower, then at the finish line where Lin Yuan now stood, finally realizing something. How could it be so fast? Stone statue Shinji found it hard to believe. He had long speculated that Lin Yuan must have had a breakthrough, which is why he dared to continue challenging the third layer of the Black Tower. After all, the test of the third layer, unlike the first and second layers, required the challenger to withstand omnipresent pressure. This omnipresent pressure could be used to temper oneself, but the third layer? The test was the occupation of spatial layers, a strict criterion. You can or you can't. So when Lin Yuan returned, stone statue Shinji was certain that an important breakthrough had occurred. If Lin Yuan was treading water strength-wise, there would have been no point in coming back. But this breakthrough, it's terrifying. Even though stone statue Shinji had been through the unending glory of the magic Jade Tower, Lin Yuan's tower-conquering speed still shocked him. Stone statue Shinji could be sure that this sliver of spirit will that Lin Yuan had sent was still at 9th rank. But 9th rank passing the third layer of the Black Tower in an instant? According to the standards left by the Moyu Tower Master, the difficulty of the third layer of the Black Tower was suited for those special 9th rank existences who had developed 80 to 90 million spatial layers, as well as simply those at 10th rank life. Among the 9th rank life, even for those who had nearly 100 million spatial layers, crossing the third layer of the Black Tower would require extreme caution, continuous movement among the numerous spatial layers, evading the omnipresent pressure. However, Lin Yuan? Stone statue didn't know how to describe Lin Yuan's pace of conquering the tower, because the other party didn't spend any time at all. Just one step took him to the finish line. How many spatial layers did he occupy? The stone statue began to rewind the footage, slowing down the step Lin Yuan took. In the main space, Lin Yuan simply took one step, but in that instant he occupied countless layers of space. At the very least, over 500 million spatial layers were under his control at the same time. It was precisely because of this that Lin Yuan could easily cross from the starting position to the finish line of the third layer of the Black Tower. This monster, stone statue Shinji shook his head repeatedly. Perverted. Too perverted. If he hadn't seen it with his own eyes, stone statue Shinji would have never believed that such a perverted being like Lin Yuan could exist within a mere universe. Developing over 500 million spatial layers, while indeed heard of during the glorious days of the Magic Jade Tower, how much time has passed since Lin Yuan stepped into 9th rank? Swoosh. The figure of stone statue Shinji appeared at the finish line of the third layer of the Black Tower. As the guardian of the 9 floors Dark Tower, he had the authority to appear on any layer. Kid, among the 9th rank lives who have passed the third layer, you are the fastest. Stone statue Shinji forced a smile and said. The reason he limited the scope to 9th rank was because among the lives that had passed the third layer of the Black Tower, there were those at 10th rank, 11th rank, and even 12th rank ultimate beings. Would you like to try the 4th layer? Stone statue Shinji suddenly asked. If it were any other 9th rank life having passed the third layer, he definitely wouldn't have asked this question. The third layer of the Black Tower mainly targeted 10th rank lives, and only a small part of 9th rank who had developed nearly 100 million spatial layers were expected to pass. The 4th layer of the Black Tower, however, was targeted at those at the peak of 10th rank and 11th rank lives. The 5th layer targeted 11th rank lives who had a complete understanding of the rule of time. The 6th layer targeted those 11th rank lives that started to integrate the rule of time with space rules. As for the 7th layer, 8th layer, and 9th layer of the Black Tower, only 12th rank lives, the supreme beings, could pass through. The leap from 9th rank to 10th rank is a significant transition, a qualitative change. 9th rank lives, even if they have developed a billion spatial layers, tens of billions, would not be able to cross the 4th layer of the Black Tower. The test of the 4th layer is not about the occupation of spatial layers. All right. Lin Yuan nodded, eager to see what the 4th layer of the Black Tower was like. It would be great if he could pass and there'd be no loss if he couldn't. Swoosh. Lin Yuan vanished, reappearing at the 4th layer of the Black Tower. The test of this layer is, Lin Yuan's face was slightly solemn. Time? With his current understanding of the rule of time, he instantly realized that in different areas of the 4th layer, the speed of time flow was changing. In some areas time was accelerating, in some decelerating, and in others, it was paused. There were even a few areas where time flow was slowly reversing. Let's see. After carefully observing for a moment, Lin Yuan took his first step. Outside the Black Tower, witnessing this scene, stone statue Shinji's expression subtly changed. This kid has a profound mastery in the rule of time too? Stone statue Shinji was numbed. The rule of time, 9th rank lives can indeed feel time fluctuations, but that's far from true comprehension. Generally speaking, only 10th rank lives begin to feel the rule of time, and now Lin Yuan, stepping forward bit by bit, was crossing regions warped by time, in the aspect of the rule of time, not inferior to those at the peak of 10th rank. What kind of cultivation method did this monster follow? Stone statue Shinji wondered to himself. With such a short amount of time, even if he had entered a place with an exaggerated speed of time flow, it was impossible to have such progress. Half an hour later. Lin Yuan, with a cautious expression, after crossing the last area where time reverted back, finally reached the finish line of the 4th layer of the Black Tower. I've made it through. A smile appeared on Lin Yuan's face. Chapter 621 Miniature Universe, please subscribe. _2 Having passed the 4th layer was entirely dependent on those 2 time-attributed true God forms from the world of gods. With the help of those 2 time-attributed true God forms, Lin Yuan observed the essence of the rule of time in the world of gods and made rapid progress in his comprehension of the rule of time. Although he was still far from fully comprehending the complete rule of time, compared to those at the 9th or even the 10th rank, Lin Yuan certainly had a pioneering status in the domain of the rule of time. Do you want to try the 5th layer? The stone statue Shinji appeared once again. Sure, Lin Yuan nodded. He felt that he probably couldn't get through the 5th layer of the Black Tower, since he had even made it through the 4th layer with utmost caution. But he had to take a look regardless. A moment later. Lin Yuan voluntarily retreated from the 5th layer of the Black Tower. At least, comprehending the complete rule of time seems necessary to have any hope of passing the fifth layer, Lin Yuan marveled inwardly, as even the mere initial position of the fifth attempt, with the time flowing in reverse, was somewhat troublesome for him. Seeing this, the stone statue Shinji let out a slight sigh of relief. Even though he had already judged from Lin Yuan's display of mastery over the rule of time while passing the fourth layer that there was no hope of passing the fifth. But just now, stone statue Shinji had also doubted Lin Yuan's ability to pass the third layer, let alone the fourth. Alright, according to the rules left by the master, by getting through the third and fourth layers, you are entitled to select one treasure from the treasuries of both the third and fourth layers. Stone statue Shinji glanced at Lin Yuan and after pondering for a moment he said, however, I can offer you another choice, which is to directly select from the fifth layer's treasury, though you can only pick one item. Of course, you may refuse and choose two items from the treasuries of the third and fourth layers respectively, said the stone statue. The so-called treasuries of the third, fourth, and fifth layers correspond to the respective levels of the 9 floors Dark Tower. The higher the level, the more precious the treasures in the treasury. I choose to select from the fifth layer's treasury, Lin Yuan said without hesitation. To get through the Black Tower's fifth layer, at least an 11th rank powerhouse who had comprehended the complete rule of time was needed, and the corresponding treasury probably started at 11-star rank, and even top-quality 11-star treasures like the World Tree were not uncommon. A top-quality 11-star treasure was invaluable, simply incomparable to several ordinary 11-star treasures. Good, the stone statue Shinji nodded, and with a wave of his hand, 3 shadows appeared in front of them. The first shadow was a crystal-clear jade stone that, while seemingly ordinary, Lin Yuan dared not underestimate since it was in the fifth layer's treasury. This jade stone contains a record of a broken evolution path, said the stone statue Shinji with a slight smile. A broken, supreme evolution path. This supreme evolutionary path's ultimate existence had fallen a long time ago, he added. Supreme evolution path? Lin Yuan's heart quivered. This was definitely a treasure beyond measurable value, a supreme evolutionary path of ultimate beings. Even if only broken, it could cause a frenzy among numerous 11th rank lives. After all, even if the evolution path was broken, it was originally of a supreme level and setting down the pathway based on the intact parts. The rest could simply be slowly completed over time. Lin Yuan felt that if the peak other species of the cosmic starry sky learned of a broken supreme evolution path, it might trigger a full-scale war among the peak clans. The second item is a special secret treasure, somewhat stronger than the usual 11-rank secret treasures. Stone statue Shinji looked towards the second shadow, which was a gray long spear with some mottling, but the faint sense of killing intent emitted was chilling to Lin Yuan. Stronger than an 11-rank secret treasure? Lin Yuan's heart heated up, for this was a treasure that could directly cause an exponential increase in his combat power. How were the eternal spatial rifts in the small-sized otherworldly battlefield and the medium-sized otherworldly battlefield formed? By a supreme being's personal intervention? Generally, supreme beings do not directly meddle in battlefields smaller than the large-scale ones. The eternal spatial rifts in the small and medium-sized battlefields are caused by certain 10th rank or 11th rank powerhouses wielding supreme weapons, delivering a blow at the supreme level. In certain special periods, when human civilization is at full-scale war with other different species, even small-sized otherworldly battlefields may see traces of 10th rank powerhouses. Therefore, this gray spear, surpassing a tier 11 secret treasure, was theoretically usable by Lin Yuan, although he could not unleash its full power. The third treasure, the stone statue Shinji looked towards the final phantom. This is a miniature universe, a completely independent and integral miniature universe. It was created by the master after 1,000,000 years of seclusion. The third phantom before the stone statue Shinji was a hazy gray sphere, which felt to Lin Yuan somewhat similar to the chaos crystal, yet it was much more profound than the latter. A miniature universe? A completely independent miniature universe? Lin Yuan's eyes lit up. What would it mean to be completely independent? Within the main universe, the inner worlds of 8th rank, 9th rank, 10th rank, and even 11th rank powerhouses were, strictly speaking, not independent worlds. They needed to rely on the main world, sharing the time flow of the main universe's rule of time. To be completely independent, one must merge with time and space, transforming one's inner world into an inner universe. A completely independent world has its own time flow, unaffected by external factors. Once you refine this miniature universe, you will be able to deeply feel the various rule fluctuations inside, explained the stone statue Shinji. In some ways, this miniature universe had already surpassed the category of a Tier 11 treasure. Only a supreme being had the ability to refine it, and not just any supreme being. 3 treasures, you may choose one, said the stone statue Shinji, looking at Lin Yuan. Choose one. Lin Yuan's thoughts spun rapidly, starting with the first treasure, the incomplete supreme evolution path. If Lin Yuan did not possess Against Heaven's understanding, he would definitely prioritize it, as an incomplete supreme evolution path without an ultimate being stood at its end was an irresistible temptation for any 11th rank life. But Lin Yuan had Against Heaven's understanding and was already planning to deduce the martial path evolutionary path to the supreme level. Under such circumstances, the significance of the supreme evolution path was not significant for Lin Yuan. Because Lin Yuan would not abandon the martial path evolutionary path to switch to a completely unknown evolution path. As for reference, human civilization had 9 supreme evolution paths. Lin Yuan was not short of references. The most precious part of this incomplete supreme evolution path is not the evolution path itself, but that there's no ultimate existence standing at the end of the path. And the second item, the gray spear, stronger than a Tier 11 secret treasure, was also ruled out by Lin Yuan, as he could not possibly allow his 2 primordial spirits to carry such a precious treasure. But his true self was usually in a place of absolute safety, hardly needing such high-level treasures. Thus, it seems somewhat superfluous. I choose that miniature universe. Lin Yuan looked towards the third phantom. Very well, take good care of it, the stone statue Shinji said with a smile, then waved his hand. Instantly, the miniature universe, emitting a hazy gray mist, flew in front of Lin Yuan. Lin Yuan reached out with his right hand and discovered that the space inside was only hundreds of light years in size, but it possessed complete time fluctuations and spatial fluctuations. Hurry back and refine it, the stone statue Shinji said with a smile. You will find great benefits. Okay, Lin Yuan nodded. Before leaving the demon jade space, Lin Yuan seemed to think of something and turned to the stone statue Shinji and asked, Senior Shinji, have you ever heard of Xianhuang Emperor? The Xianhuang secret realm within the main universe. The supreme beings of various peak clans were unaware of its origins, only certain that it did not belong to the current cosmic era. Although the stone statue Shinji was not a supreme being, he came from the magic Jade Tower and had followed the mysterious Moyu Tower master. With his knowledge, he might have heard something about the Xianhuang secret realm. Xianhuang Emperor? The stone statue Shinji paused for a moment, pondered, and his tone revealed a hint of oddity. What you're referring to should be Xianhuang Emperor. Chapter 622. I've waited too long, please subscribe. Emperor Xianhuang? Lin Yuan looked surprised, having never considered this direction before, regardless of whether from Chiquan Star Lord's mysterious yellow evolution path or the mysterious yellow secret realm itself. It was always mysterious yellow. But Emperor Xianhuang? Lin Yuan had never thought in that direction. Yes, both Emperor and Xianhuang. I guess you are referring to Emperor Xianhuang, said the stone statue Shinji with a nod. What is the origin of Emperor Xianhuang? Lin Yuan immediately asked. Whether it's Emperor Xianhuang or Emperor Xianhuang, both are supreme beings at the ultimate level, and no supreme being has been able to pinpoint the exact coordinates of the mysterious yellow secret realm to this day. Emperor Xianhuang, that is a strong name occasionally known by my master from some cosmic relic. It is said that the lineage established by Emperor Xianhuang was extremely famous eons ago, and Emperor Xianhuang himself had progressed far in the ultimate domain. Stone statue Shinji seemed to be lost in memory. Eons ago? Lin Yuan pondered. Yes, in the era my master lived in, hardly anyone knew of Emperor Xianhuang, and he too knew only snippets about this emperor from some relics. In the end, Emperor Xianhuang disappeared mysteriously, and his lineage declined. By the time my master rose to prominence, it was almost completely forgotten, said the stone statue Shinji. He was not a real life form but rather something akin to an artifact spirit, his mind filled with abundant memories instilled by the Moyu Tower master, making him quite knowledgeable. Emperor Xianhuang also disappeared mysteriously? Lin Yuan was slightly startled, as the Moyu Tower master too had vanished suddenly, leading to the tower's decline, and now Emperor Xianhuang had met a similar fate. Do you know why the Moyu Tower master suddenly disappeared? Lin Yuan thought for a moment, then asked directly. Why my master disappeared? Stone statue Shinji fell silent for a while. Now that you are a core member of my demonic Jade Tower, you are entitled to know some matters. Before my master disappeared, he once told me he wanted to go to a place. Stone statue Shinji said, shaking his head. "And after that he was gone," said stone statue Shinji, his tone complex. "To a place." Lin Yuan's mind rippled. The Moyu Tower Master was most proficient in space. The Great Space Tao was vast and limitless, and a ninth-rank being could comprehend the complete space rules, but that was just a facet of the true space rules. To completely transform the space rules into your own Great Space Tao was the domain of the Supreme Beings, and even within the same Great Space Tao they were not alike, not even similar. Undoubtedly, the Moyu Tower Master's mastery in the field of space was terrifyingly high. For instance, just the creation of his Demon Jade Space could silently transport the World Tree and the Chaos Crystal to Lin Yuan in the main universe. That was incredible. To think that previously Xiaqin Supreme Being had to specifically order his Deputy Tower Master Nalan to run errands just to transport the soul-setting pearl to Lin Yuan, and that was within the same universe. From this alone, one could see that Xiaqin Supreme Being was inferior to the Moyu Tower Master in terms of space. Did Emperor Shenhuang also go to this place? Lin Yuan asked. That I do not know, the stone statue Shinji shook his head. My master did not leave any memories of that. Upon hearing this, Lin Yuan did not inquire further. The disappearance of the Moyu Tower Master, that was too far-fetched for him at the moment. Even knowing it, what then? It was meaningless. He might as well clarify the matter of the call from the core area of the mysterious yellow secret realm. Milky Way main star. An extremely subtle space fluctuation following the magic jade mark descended in front of Lin Yuan. Miniature universe. Lin Yuan looked at the grayish sphere floating before his eyes, his gaze slightly fervent. This was an entirely independent miniature universe outside the main universe, with its own rule of time. Most importantly, this miniature universe could be refined by Lin Yuan, allowing him to observe the operation of the internal rule of time from its most fundamental aspect. The main universe too had a rule of time, but Lin Yuan could only observe from the outside, whereas with this miniature universe he could enter for closer observation. The difference was significant. Refine it now. Lin Yuan immediately began refining. Several days later, Lin Yuan had completely refined this miniature universe. This treasure, specially provided by the Moyu Tower Master for members of his tower, left no hindrances, allowing Lin Yuan to refine it with ease. The moment he refined the miniature universe, Lin Yuan's mind delved into it. The vast spaces of rules like time, space, life, support pillars and many fundamental rules, all were reflected in his mind. All these rules formed a certain stable balance, jointly supporting the operation of this miniature universe. Is this a complete universe? Lin Yuan was somewhat shocked, as he had also become a sort of heavenly Tao in the Tianqing world, similar to beings before. But Tianqing world was just a small world in the boundless void. How could it compare to a miniature universe? Moreover, when Lin Yuan became the heavenly Tao of the Tianqing world, his strength was weak, and even if the essence of the great Tao had been put before him, it wouldn't have helped much. But now, having refined this miniature universe, many rules were reflecting in his mind. This miniature universe, though outwardly appearing as a half-meter sphere, contained spaces within it stretching hundreds of light years, and even though it was far smaller than the main universe. Chapter 623. I've waited too long, please subscribe. _2 But the essence of the core was much the same. Time. Lin Yuan was nearly obsessed, carefully feeling the operation of the rule of time within the miniature universe. Your comprehension defies the heavens. Watching the essence of time accelerates your understanding of the rule of time. Several hours later, Lin Yuan struggled to free himself from the state of enlightenment. This miniature universe, for me, surpasses all secret treasure weapons, Lin Yuan murmured to himself. The miniature universe hardly had any offensive or defensive capabilities, but it allowed for a certain balance of many rules to form. This was of great help for the future transformation of the inner world into an inner universe, which would be completely independent of the main universe. Transforming the inner world into an inner universe is one of the thresholds for becoming a supreme being. Why a supreme being could exist eternally was because of the inner universe. The inner universe existed independently with its own river of time, allowing the supreme being to step out of the river of time of the main universe, achieving eternity for the physical soul and spirit will. Moyu Tower Master. Lin Yuan increasingly admired the Moyu Tower Master. Although this miniature universe was far from a supreme being's inner universe, it was a perfect replica of it. It allowed the existence under the supreme being to glimpse certain sceneries of the ultimate realm. Continue to ponder, he said. Lin Yuan rested for a while, then took out the miniature universe again and observed it seriously. Time passed. Xianhuang's secret realm. The Taiyang divine spirit finally arrived at the core area. The multiple spatial layers trembled and ultimately a figure appeared. It was Lin Yuan. Finally here. A smile appeared on Lin Yuan's face. From entering the Xianhuang secret realm to reaching the core area, it had taken nearly 30 years in total. This did not include the time when Lin Yuan ended his 9th traversal, with his strength greatly increased, speeding up his journey. From the periphery of the Xianhuang secret realm to the core area, it would take more than 20 years, and then traveling back to the periphery to wait for expulsion from the secret realm also required 20 years. A round trip took 50 years. The gains along the way. Lin Yuan glanced at the inner world, where a heap of Xianhuang crystals and many treasures and weapons were placed. Although Lin Yuan did not deliberately seek out hostile 9th-rank alien races on the way, he occasionally encountered them, and once he did, they basically could not escape, even the special 9th-rank ones. Added to that, some native lives that weren't afraid to die, made Lin Yuan's gains exceed 8 million cubic universe crystals. It's only in the Xianhuang secret realm that I could have this opportunity, Lin Yuan thought to himself. First, only 9th-rank lives were allowed to enter the Xianhuang secret realm. If it were outside, on the battlefields of different races, an existence like Lin Yuan would definitely be targeted by special 10th-rank life or a 9th-rank life holding a tier 11 secret treasure. They would never allow Lin Yuan to kill indiscriminately. Secondly, many alien strong ones on the battlefields of different races would not carry any precious treasures. Although the numerous 9th-rank alien races in the Xianhuang secret realm would also not carry any precious treasures, the opportunities found within the secret realm were very real. It was as if the 9th-rank alien races that died at the hands of Lin Yuan had worked for him from the start. The calling is getting stronger. Lin Yuan carefully felt it. After entering the core area, the sense of calling had increased significantly. However, other than the vague sounds of Xianhuang Emperor, Lin Yuan could not distinguish anything else. That direction. Lin Yuan determined the source based on the sense of calling and immediately headed towards it. Xianhuang's secret realm, core area. In front of an ancient and mysterious palace. Several figures with suppressed auras stood in place. These figures were all early arriving 9th-rank strong beings, capable of traversing thousands of spatial layers to directly enter the core area, a feat of special 9th-rank beings. This palace suddenly appeared. It wasn't here before, a 9th-rank alien race being with dark golden scales said with a heated gaze. The core area of the Xianhuang secret realm, each opportunity was infused with the most precious treasures, generally surpassing those of the inner and outer zones, and this palace had never appeared before. A palace that had never been seen before appearing abruptly meant that everyone, especially the special 9th-rank figures present, realized that the palace contained a great opportunity. Indeed, there is no record of this palace in the annals of my race, another special 9th rank said after careful observation, speaking up as well. He came from a peak clan with detailed intelligence about the Xianhuang secret realm. Records of numerous places of opportunity were kept, but this palace before him was the first he had seen. But how shall we get in? A third special 9th rank spoke up. Any clear-eyed person knew that this palace contained great opportunities, but even the greatest opportunity would be useless unless one managed to enter. To be blocked outside the palace, staring with wide eyes, was worse than never having seen it at all. This palace can completely withstand our attacks, so forcing our way in seems hopeless. The golden-scaled special 9th rank that spoke first frowned. Upon discovering the palace, he had intended to force his way in, but it was futile. His most powerful strike upon the palace elicited no response whatsoever. Could it be that entering this palace requires certain conditions? Another special 9th rank suggested, as some locations of opportunity in the Xianhuang secret realm were indeed marked by specific entry conditions. However, those conditions were generally common and hints were usually given outside the palaces. As the several special 9th ranks continued to observe the palace, subtle vibrations arose from the deep layers of space. The countenances of the special 9th ranks shifted. Who is it? The golden-scaled special 9th rank looked serious. The Galaxy Master. The Galaxy Master is coming here, remarked a special 9th rank, his face grim. Information regarding the Galaxy Master was something nearly all 9th rank powerhouses within the Xianhuang secret realm were aware of in recent times. These special 9th ranks naturally had long heard of him. The Galaxy Master was a monster that had the capability to kill special 9th rank beings. Such an entity was exceedingly rare in any era. What should we do? The Galaxy Master is clearly heading for this palace. A few of the special 9th ranks exchanged hesitant glances. Let's go. We can't stay here. After a brief internal struggle, one by one, the special 9th ranks quickly left. They were very eager for the opportunities within the mysterious ancient palace, but they feared the Galaxy Master even more. Even without the mysterious palace, they could still garner considerable gains within the Xianhuang secret realm, but if they were to die at the hands of the Galaxy Master because of the palace, it would all be for naught. Especially for those few special 9th ranks that didn't have a good relationship with human civilization, they left without any hesitation. The others, when encountering the Galaxy Master, whether or not they would die was a matter of luck. If the Galaxy Master was in a good mood, they might just survive. But for them, approaching the Galaxy Master all but guaranteed death. Before long, the exterior of the mysterious ancient palace was empty of any presence. Swoosh. The next moment, Lin Yuan's figure silently appeared. They've all run away? Lin Yuan glanced in the direction where the special 9th ranks had fled. If it had been before, he might have been inclined to give chase, since every special 9th rank, in Lin Yuan's eyes, was a moving land of opportunity. But now, is the calling sensation coming from this palace? Lin Yuan observed the palace carefully. The palace's aura was mysterious and ancient, crossing multiple spatial layers. Its main body should reside within a certain layer, whereas the palace in front of him was likely just the entrance to the true palace. How to get in? Lin Yuan did not act but continued his observation. Based on the behavior of those special 9th ranks lingering outside the palace just moments ago, Lin Yuan deduced that they were unable to force their way in. Just as Lin Yuan appeared outside the palace, a will deep within the palace began to awaken, observing Lin Yuan, who stood outside with an excited expression. I have waited for dozens of cosmic eras, and at last, a young one capable of inheriting His Majesty's mantle has arrived. Chapter 624 Mysterious Emperor Lineage. Please subscribe. Outside the palace. Lin Yuan was carefully observing. This towering structure spanned many spatial layers and was extraordinarily inconceivable. According to human civilization's intelligence on the Xianhuang secret realm's core area, past openings of the secret realm did not reveal a palace like this, did they? Lin Yuan pondered to himself. There was none before. Now it suddenly appeared? Lin Yuan couldn't help but suspect it was related to him. The feeling of being called that he perceived originated from deep within this palace. Boom. Just then, the entrance to the palace, the originally closed doors, suddenly began to open slowly. Oh? The doors are opening? Lin Yuan's expression grew solemn. If before he merely suspected the palace's appearance was because of him, now he was almost certain of it. Earlier, a few special 9th rank individuals wandered outside the palace for a good while but did not enter. Now, shortly after he waited outside, the gates opened on their own? Be that as it may. Let's go in and take a look. After pondering for a moment, Lin Yuan made up his mind. For him, the worst-case scenario was the loss of this one primordial spirit. As for affecting his true self, with the soul-settling pearl bestowed by the Xiaqin Supreme Being, even if a 12th-stage powerhouse wanted to kill Lin Yuan outright, they wouldn't be able to. The Xianhuang secret realm has a mysterious origin, and even ultimate beings can't pinpoint its coordinates, but that doesn't mean it's more frightening than a supreme being. If stone statue Shinji was correct, the emperor of the Xianhuang secret realm had been missing for eons and was nearly forgotten even during the Moyu Tower Master's era. How much power could possibly remain now? However, before entering the palace, Lin Yuan took out a drop of his blood essence and put all the treasures he had gained in the realm inside a space bracelet. Then he sent both items deep into the numerous spatial layers. In this way, even if an extreme circumstance occurred and this Lin Yuan's primordial spirit perished within the palace, that drop of blood essence could swiftly blood rebirth, taking the gains inside the space bracelet and leaving the Xianhuang secret realm. It would not have been a wasted journey. Let's go in. Lin Yuan gathered his thoughts and stepped into the palace. As soon as Lin Yuan fully entered, the gates that had opened slowly closed, and the towering palace began to dematerialize rapidly, eventually vanishing from its place. If the few special 9th rank individuals who had fled earlier were to return, they would find that the mysterious palace had completely disappeared, as if it had never existed at all. However, considering the prestige of the Galaxy Master, even if those special 9th rank individuals had the gall, they wouldn't dare to approach the spot where Lin Yuan had been. Lin Yuan walked into the palace. Faintly, he sensed subtle spatial fluctuations and couldn't help thinking, I must be far from the main spatial layer of the Shenhuang secret realm by now, but I have no idea which layer I am in. In the Shenhuang secret realm, the number of spatial layers far exceeds the world of gods, with at least over 2 billion layers. Lin Yuan, unable to see an end. Lin Yuan looked around. He was in a vast plain, silently serene, and at the center of the plain, there was also a palace situated. Similar to the one outside, but the aura was much more tranquil. Shenhuang Hall. Lin Yuan noticed the 3 complex characters inscribed on the surface of the palace pillars. Although it wasn't any script Lin Yuan had encountered, it was like the essence of the great Tao, and he could understand its meaning at a glance. Indeed, it's the mysterious emperor lineage. Lin Yuan was somewhat reassured. Stone statue Shinji had told him a bit about the mysterious emperor lineage. Although that information wasn't much, it allowed Lin Yuan to confirm that the mysterious emperor lineage was not an extremely heretical force. In fact, through the mysterious yellow evolution path, Lin Yuan could also sense the creator of this evolution path had a profoundly weighty and broad nature. Would such a being, so powerful, intentionally set traps for later generations? Such a powerhouse would likely disdain to do so. Lin Yuan arrived in front of Shenhuang Hall. At that moment, the palace gave Lin Yuan no sense of oppression. It was just like any ordinary palace. Standing in front of the palace, the calling Lin Yuan felt was nearly tangible. Child, come inside. It was then that an ancient voice came from within the palace. Lin Yuan did not hesitate and strode into the palace. Deep inside the palace, a figure tens of meters in size, was sitting cross-legged. Child, you must have many questions in your heart now. The gigantic figure was humanoid but had 6 arms, wrinkled skin, and smiled at Lin Yuan. I actually can't sense the other's presence at all? Lin Yuan looked more earnest. Even an 11th rank powerhouse wouldn't give Lin Yuan this impression. At most, they were just someone he couldn't defeat or contend against. Could he be tier 12? Lin Yuan regarded the other solemnly. He had met the Xiaqin Supreme Being, but that was in the virtual world. As for meeting in real life, he had not once. Child, there's no need to be nervous. Since you cultivated the Emperor's evolution path, you are essentially the Emperor's successor, and I will not cause you any harm, the 6-armed silhouette said with a smile. The Emperor's evolution path. Lin Yuan had anticipated this. The calling he felt originated from the Shenhuang evolutionary path he was concurrently cultivating, while the Shenhuang secret realm was related to the legendary Emperor. As soon as Lin Yuan learned of the Emperor from stone statue Shinji, he conjectured that the mysterious yellow evolution path was indeed the evolution path ventured by that Emperor. Indeed. Throughout the long years in many locations within the secret realm, I left the first half of the mysterious yellow evolution path, but regrettably, to this day, no being has penetrated the first half and entered the Shenhuang secret realm. In reality, the actual number of citizens in the Chiquan star domain is far more, with citizens on some higher life planets far exceeding this figure. Not only are citizens dwelling on life planets, but some resource planets and special planets also have a large number of citizens residing permanently. However, since the opening of the Chiquan star domain, not a single 9th rank powerhouse has been born. To enter the mysterious yellow evolution path, the most crucial point is the alignment with this evolution path. This alone screens out the vast majority of people, leaving only a few evolvers who barely comprehend it and want to continue practicing up to 7th rank, 8th rank, or even 9th rank. It is no exaggeration to say that it is as difficult as ascending to the heavens. Most importantly, the vast majority of powerhouses, upon discovering they cannot comprehend the mysterious yellow evolution path, would no longer pay attention to it. As with the Chiquan Star Lord, very few place great importance on the mysterious yellow evolution path. And even if they value it, it's useless unless they cultivate to the invincible 8th rank or even 9th rank. These restrictive conditions, each one on its own, might appear to be not absolutely impossible, but when combined, one can tell from the tone of the 6-armed silhouette. Since the opening of the Shenhuang secret realm, Lin Yuan was the first. But luckily I have waited for you, the 6-armed silhouette looked at Lin Yuan and slowly said, Are you a supreme being? Lin Yuan thought for a moment and voiced his doubt. I am not a supreme being. The six-armed silhouette paused slightly, shaking its head as it said, I am just a consciousness formed by this secret realm. A consciousness formed by the secret realm? Lin Yuan pondered a moment and then understood. The Shenhuang secret realm, although called a secret realm, could truly be regarded as a world, and the so-called consciousness formed by the secret realm is akin to a world consciousness, an existence like the heavenly Tao. In the Tianqing world, Lin Yuan replaced the world consciousness with the consciousness of the ancestral demon tree, becoming the heavenly Tao of that world. Over the years, the consciousness of the ancestral demon tree had been carrying out the commands left by Lin Yuan. The presence of the six-armed silhouette was probably the same, carrying out the orders left by Emperor Shenhuang over the long years. Originally, His Majesty created 33,333 Shenhuang secret realms and left corresponding heritages. It's hard to know how many still remain, the six-armed silhouette spoke with a tone tinged with reminiscence. Upon hearing this, Lin Yuan couldn't help but be astounded. The Shenhuang secret realm, which even supreme beings couldn't pinpoint, numbered at 33,333. Lin Yuan was very aware of the depth of the Shenhuang secret realm, which was better described as the Shenhuang world rather than just a realm, with foundations far surpassing the Shenhuang world of the world of gods. But all that is in the past. After His Majesty disappeared, the Shenhuang secret realm lost its source of power and will gradually decline. Without your arrival, in a few tens of billions of years or even half a cosmic era, I would completely fall into a deep sleep, he said. The six-armed silhouette said. Tens of billions of years? Lin Yuan looked at the six-armed silhouette. But for an eternal and immortal supreme being, tens of billions of years indeed didn't amount to much. The Shenhuang secret realm was established by His Majesty Shenhuang. If nothing went wrong, it should last eternally along with His Majesty Shenhuang. Not just the world but even the universe will one day decay. This is the origin of the cosmic era. The internal universe of a supreme being can last eternally because they regularly intervene and make adjustments. It doesn't matter if I fall into a deep sleep or even perish, but His Majesty's heritage, His Majesty's hard work, must not disappear, said the silhouette with an inexplicably resolute tone. Lin Yuan listened quietly, knowing he didn't need to ask why the six-armed silhouette had summoned him here. Lin Yuan didn't believe that the call from the Shenhuang secret realm, spanning countless light years, was just to let him hear someone's complaints. You might have guessed already that the call from your own path of cultivation on the mysterious yellow evolution path is because anyone who succeeds in entering the mysterious yellow evolution path can be considered as His Majesty's successor, the silhouette said. But to inherit His Majesty's true mantle, being a successor is far from enough, said the six-armed silhouette, looking at Lin Yuan. You must pass the numerous challenges set by His Majesty. Understood, said Lin Yuan. The owner of the demonic Jade Tower with its 9 floors Dark Tower also required overcoming each floor to receive the corresponding reward. Lin Yuan was already familiar with this. Even in human civilization and among the various peak clans, obtaining anything required passing certain challenges. What challenges do I need to pass? Lin Yuan immediately asked. Which challenges? The six-armed silhouette fell silent, casting an unusual glance at Lin Yuan. His Majesty set 68 lower challenges, 25 medium challenges, and 6 high challenges. Only a life form that passes all the challenges could inherit everything within this secret realm from the mysterious emperor lineage, continued the silhouette, pausing for a moment. But for you, there's no need for such trouble. The six-armed silhouette gazed at Lin Yuan. As the heavenly Tao of this secret realm, nothing Lin Yuan did within the realm could be concealed from it. Aside from anything else, just the number of spatial layers Lin Yuan occupied left the six-armed silhouette utterly astounded. This Shenhuang secret realm could only allow 8th layer invincibles and 9th rank beings to enter. Thus all challenges set by His Majesty Shenhuang were aimed at 9th rank life forms. But Lin Yuan? What challenges could be set for him? What could test him? No need for such trouble? Lin Yuan raised an eyebrow. Correct, the six-armed silhouette replied, waving its right hand and producing a yellowish-brown crystal in front of him. The aura of the brown crystal was exceptionally pure, greatly surpassing the Shenhuang crystal, and it was faintly connected to the entire Shenhuang secret realm. Looking at Lin Yuan, the six-armed silhouette said, You only need to refine this core of the secret realm to become the new master of this place. Everything within the secret realm, including all the treasures and heritages of the mysterious emperor lineage, will be yours. Correct. At the Emperor's level, the concept of life and death no longer exists. As long as descendants still remember his name, and his cultivation method continues to be circulated in the world, perhaps in the extremely distant future, there may come a day when he returns. The six-armed silhouette spoke with a hint of hope. Return? Lin Yuan was startled. Although the six-armed silhouette never said, and the stone statue Shenji in the demon jade space didn't come to a conclusion. But Lin Yuan subconsciously believed that the Shenhuang Emperor had already perished, and the Moyu Tower Master had also perished. After all, if he wasn't dead, why hadn't he appeared for such a long time? Even if trapped, he should have had some means to make contact with the outside world. But according to the six-armed silhouette, even if the Shenhuang Emperor really died, he could return? Return meant resurrection. Supreme beings could resurrect others, but how could supreme beings themselves be resurrected? The essence of resurrection is to reverse the river of time, to fish out a life that has perished from time past and then bring it back to the current point in time. What about supreme beings? They have already stepped out of the river of time. The past and present are one and the same. If a supreme being dies, it is impossible to resurrect because there is no life mark of a supreme being from the past to be found. And even if found, who could endure the cost of resurrecting a supreme being? The resurrection of beings by supreme beings is not without cost. It's just that the price is borne by the supreme beings themselves. The more powerful the resurrected being, the higher the backlash one has to bear. Normally, resurrecting an 11th rank powerhouse is enough to have a significant impact on a supreme being, let alone resurrecting a supreme being of the same level. A supreme being could also perish as a result. Though supreme beings have eternal lifespans, it doesn't mean they cannot die. It's just a possibility. The Emperor never took that step. The six-armed silhouette shook its head and said, "That step." Lin Yuan looked at the six-armed silhouette. Such a secret is definitely only known at the ultimate level. You should know that, within the evolution path, lies the Tao of its founder. The six-armed silhouette began. As long as the Emperor's Tao exists, it means the Emperor has not completely perished. Also, the Emperor's unique name, if remembered, can also serve as a force to assist in the Emperor's return. So that's how it is. Lin Yuan thought to himself, the significance of an ultimate existence was beyond his imagination. Of course, the Shenhuang Emperor certainly made significant progress in the ultimate realm, possessing some characteristics that transcended the ultimate, so there was hope for return after death. It was just unknown whether the demonic Jade Tower Master had reached that level. The demon Jade space was merely an area left by the Tower Master for training. It is different from the core of the secret realm that hosted the heritage. The former is not the fundamental legacy of the Moyu Tower. All right. You'll need some time to refine the core of the secret realm. Now let me introduce to you the treasures and heritage within this Shenhuang secret realm, said the six-armed silhouette in a good mood, having found such an excellent successor for the Emperor. Even though this successor appeared rather weak now, there was hope for the days to come. Although Lin Yuan had not yet refined the core of the secret realm, and hence not become the master of the Shenhuang secret realm, in the eyes of the six-armed silhouette, Lin Yuan had already been chosen. I have a suggestion. The six-armed silhouette hesitated for a moment, then spoke. Please speak, Lin Yuan immediately responded. These Shenhuang crystals, it's best not to take them out in a short period, the six-armed silhouette said. The Shenhuang secret realm, every time it opens, more than one supreme being tries to lock down the specific coordinates. But where could they decipher the methods left by His Majesty? The six-armed silhouette scoffed. Those supreme beings have always been wishing to obtain His Majesty's heritage, but they have never been able to wish as they wished. The six-armed silhouette implied something with his words. Upon this declaration, Lin Yuan immediately understood. The Shenhuang secret realm had already been opened many times. Each opening usually released a certain quantity of Shenhuang crystals, with not much variation in the amount. If Lin Yuan in a short period took out the mountain-scale Shenhuang crystals to the outer world and word got out, it would inevitably attract the attention of all the major peak clans, wondering why this opening of the Shenhuang secret realm released so many Shenhuang crystals? Though unlikely, there would surely be suspicions among the peak clans about whether a 9th-rank powerhouse had gained the approval of the Shenhuang secret realm, thus obtaining so many Shenhuang crystals in one go. Once such speculation arose, all the 9th-rank powerhouses who entered the Shenhuang secret realm during this period would have to be thoroughly scrutinized, with Lin Yuan being the most prominent among them. Even if protected by human civilization, other peak clans couldn't interfere, but within human civilization, there was a slight possibility that they would question Lin Yuan about this matter. How would Lin Yuan respond then? To lie. The high echelons of human civilization might not believe it. To tell the truth? What if human civilization requested Lin Yuan to actively open the Shenhuang secret realm, allowing human evolvers to train there, or asked him to bring out the heritage and other gains from inside the Shenhuang secret realm? Lin Yuan's strength was still too weak to hold a treasure like the Shenhuang secret realm, coveted even by supreme beings, a mismatch of power and responsibility. Of course, the above are just slightly possible scenarios. More likely, human civilization would still value Lin Yuan's potential and not chill the heart of the strongest genius in human history over the mere Shenhuang secret realm. But Lin Yuan would not allow himself to face such a choice of human nature. After repeated considerations, he chose the one that had the greatest effect on his own abilities, illusory reality, which could fully utilize the mysterious gourd, significantly enhancing the combat power of his two primordial spirits, freeing it from an ineffectual position. Lin Yuan choosing illusory reality didn't mean the other secret techniques were inferior. Now, however, the three secret techniques left by His Majesty Shenhuang revealed to Lin Yuan just how terrifying the secret techniques created by a supreme being could be. The first was the mysterious yellow strike, gathering all one's power and unleashing a strike that surpasses one's own limits. This secret technique was divided into 4 levels. The first level involves striking with double one's own strength. The second level allows one to strike with triple their own strength. The third level permits a strike with quadruple their own strength. The fourth level enables a strike with quintuple their own strength. Lin Yuan's strengthening skill in his physical body divine ability could instantaneously unleash a force exceeding 10 times his own strength. At first glance, it far surpasses the secret technique mysterious yellow strike. However, this is unsustainable and comes with a cost, temporary weakness for a while. But the mysterious yellow strike has no such consequence. Once cultivated to the corresponding level, it can seamlessly be integrated into any strike. Chapter 629 Great Harvest, 5,200 words, please subscribe. In some sense, the mysterious yellow strike resembles more of a passive secret technique. Of course, activating the mysterious yellow strike requires a great deal of energy, but energy consumption is the least of Lin Yuan's worries now. Such a vast inner world, both in terms of sheer size and spatial depth, is unknowable how many times larger compared to a typical 9th rank. If the mysterious yellow strike is layered with the divine skill enhancement, my potential for sudden explosive attacks. Lin Yuan's heart raced. So far, Lin Yuan's defensive strategies had far surpassed his offensive techniques, as after all, the divine skill enhancement couldn't be used casually. With the mysterious yellow strike, he could significantly improve his offensive capabilities. As for the defensive secret technique, primordial yellow physique, it's also a body refining method. Sturdy as primordial yellow, unyielding and immortal. This secret technique is divided into 4 stages. Once cultivated to perfection, the physical bodhi's vitality spans millions of light years. Even for a supreme existence, it would be extremely difficult to destroy it. Lin Yuan remembered that among the secret techniques left by the master of the demonic jade tower, there was one called demonic jade immortal body, which was also an extremely terrifying body refining method. It just wasn't clear how it compared to the primordial yellow physique, in terms of strength. Excellent. Lin Yuan was overjoyed. Although he was protected by 2 major physical body divine abilities and had the origin clock safeguarding his physical soul and spirit, the blood rebirth merely heightened the power of rebirth, not increasing the physical bodhi's strength, and the elemental body merely provided exemptions, similarly not augmenting the physical bodhi's strength. The liquid in the mysterious gourd indeed increased the physical bodhi's strength, but that was not a secret technique. The most important aspect was that secret techniques were universal. Both the primordial spirit and the original body could cultivate them. Like the origin clock, which could only be a trump card for the original body, Lin Yuan was reluctant to entrust the primordial spirit with the origin clock. The death of the primordial spirit was of no concern to Lin Yuan, but the loss of the origin clock would be deeply distressing. Remember, there's nothing specific to avoid with the mysterious yellow strike and primordial yellow physique. Cultivate them according to your circumstances, but for steps of time and space, even if you master it, you must use it with caution, said the six-armed silhouette suddenly. Steps of time and space? Lin Yuan looked solemn as his mind was instantly flooded with information about this secret technique. It was an escape technique, the most remarkable aspect being that it was a secret technique formed by combining the rule of time and the space rules. The rule of time and space rules are two major pillar rules, especially the rule of time, which is profound and obscure, not to mention creating a secret technique based on both rules. Steps of time and space allows you to traverse vast spaces in an instant, but you must remember you can only take a maximum of 9 steps. Even a supreme being can only take 9 steps, stated the six-armed silhouette gravely. Even a supreme being can only take 9 steps? Lin Yuan took note. If the mysterious yellow strike consumes energy on a quantitative basis, then steps of time and space consumes it on a proportional basis. No matter the level of strength, activating this secret technique to take a single step would consume 1/9 of all of one's power, including vitality, soul, and spirit. Taking 9 consecutive steps would bring one to a completely depleted state. If one were to take another step at that time, it would cause irreversible damage to oneself. Of course, the cost is hefty, but the effect is also dramatic. With Lin Yuan's current level of strength and realm, activating steps of time and space allowed each step to cover millions of light years. Millions of light years. In a single step? It is known that even with the effort of the great transference skill, Lin Yuan could only traverse a few thousand light years in one step. Millions of light years? Lin Yuan would have to take a continuous 1,000 steps. Even if one step was one breath, 1,000 steps would still take 1,000 breaths. With this secret technique, even if facing an 11th rank powerhouse, as long as Lin Yuan hadn't completed the 9 steps, the opponent wouldn't be able to catch up. Once Lin Yuan completed the 9 steps, he would likely have reached a safe location already, for one step covers millions of light years, and 9 steps equate to tens of millions of light years. Even in the vast cosmic starry sky, tens of millions of light years represent a significant distance. If a supreme being were to use this secret technique, a random step could land them anywhere in the cosmos, Lin Yuan thought to himself. The stronger the force, the higher the realm, the greater the distance each step covers in executing this secret technique. While Lin Yuan could travel millions of light years in one step, a supreme being could probably cover half the universe in one step. Even the farthest places are but 2 steps away. However, for a supreme being, losing 1/9 or 2/9 of their strength is no small amount. You have now received all of His Majesty's heritage, the six-armed silhouette looking at Lin Yuan. Next, there is one more thing you need to do. What is it? Lin Yuan immediately asked. Make a vow, said the six-armed silhouette. You may discretion ally spread the Xian Huang evolutionary path, but the 3 secret techniques left by His Majesty are the protective laws of the mysterious emperor lineage and must absolutely not be disclosed to outsiders except His Majesty's successors. The 3 major secret techniques, offensive, defensive, and escape, once widely known, could be used to target their weaknesses. There is no perfect secret technique like steps of time and space, which seems invincible, but its flaw is also obvious, allowing only 9 steps. After the 9 steps, one would fall into absolute weakness. This fact, although not detrimental if unknown to enemies, what if they do learn of it and specifically wait until you've taken your 9 steps to then pursue and catch you? Mysterious yellow strike and primordial yellow physique also have weaknesses, just not as significant as the steps of time and space, thus they absolutely must not be disclosed. This isn't just an issue for Lin Yuan, a mysterious emperor's successor, but also for the successors of other cosmic mysterious emperors. Chapter 630 Great Harvest, 5,200 words. Please subscribe. Understood, no problem, Lin Yuan agreed without hesitation. It's meant to be kept secret. Lin Yuan never had the intention to share it. Such an extremely private life-saving secret technique, wouldn't sharing it be like revealing one's own weaknesses? Good, the six-armed silhouette nodded. Repeat after me. I, disciple of Xian Huang, swear by the Xian Huang seal, I shall absolutely not disclose the Xian Huang lineage's Dao protection secret skill. Should I break this oath, may my soul perish. The six-armed silhouette looked at Lin Yuan. I, Disciple of Shen Huang, swear by the Shen Huang seal, I shall absolutely not disclose the Shen Huang lineage's Dao protection secret skill. Should I break this oath, may my soul perish. Lin Yuan pondered and then recited. The moment Lin Yuan finished reciting, a mark resembling a majestic earthy yellow mountain formed from the depths of his soul and then quickly disappeared. Shen Huang seal. Lin Yuan was slightly stirred inside. Besides the Shen Huang seal, there was also the magic jade mark deep within his soul. All right, the six-armed silhouette breathed a slight sigh of relief. You practiced the Shen Huang evolutionary path, naturally forming the Shen Huang seal. I know you are a being from within the universe capable of being resurrected by a supreme existence, but this oath rooted deep in your memory will continue to end your life if you die because of it. Even if resurrected, as long as the memory remains, the cycle of death will persist without end. Don't worry, Lin Yuan nodded. But rest assured, as long as you do not spread the secret technique, there will be no issues, said the six-armed silhouette. Yes, Lin Yuan was also aware. The oath he made bubbled with numerous pieces of information in his mind, each word clear and indisputable, leaving no room for doubts. This is the safest place in the secret realm. Refine the core of the secret realm here, said the six-armed silhouette, then disappeared. Refine the core of the secret realm. Lin Yuan took a deep breath. Immediately he sat cross-legged, took out the earthy yellow crystal, and began to slowly refine it by infusing the power of the world. So this is what the Shen Huang secret realm actually looks like? Lin Yuan saw the true nature of the Shen Huang secret realm through the core of the secret realm. The Shen Huang secret realm consisted of 3 vast continents, with numerous ninth-rank strong beings from the cosmic starry sky only entering one of these continents. The other 2 continents, not opened and shrouded in deep mysteries, were unnoticed by any strong being except Lin Yuan and the six-armed silhouette. This Shen Huang secret realm is too incredible, no wonder it has evaded the detection of all supreme beings. As he continued to refine the core of the secret realm, Lin Yuan's understanding of the Shen Huang secret realm deepened. The Shen Huang secret realm was not located within a specific spatial layer but existed in the gaps between spatial layers, shifting its position along with the countless changing spatial layers of the universe. It can be said the location of the Shen Huang secret realm is constantly changing, which is why supreme beings cannot accurately pinpoint it. Milky Way main star. Lin Yuan sat cross-legged. In the Shen Huang secret realm, his Taiyang divine spirit was fully engaged in refining the core of the secret realm, striving to gain control over the entire Shen Huang secret realm as soon as possible. Meanwhile, Lin Yuan's actual body was comprehending the 3 Dao protecting secret skills of the profound yellow lineage. As for the rule of time? There's no rush for the rule of time, advancing from 9th rank to 10th rank does not demand it. But mastering each level of the 3 secret techniques grants Lin Yuan a significant boost in strength. The primordial yellow physique requires refining, needing a large amount of Shen Huang origin, also known as the Shen Huang crystal. Lin Yuan smiled. Currently, he had an abundance of Shen Huang crystals, with the supply from millennia in the Shen Huang secret realm piling up like a small mountain. Once I completely take control of the Shen Huang secret realm, let the Taiyang divine spirit bring out some of the Shen Huang crystals, Lin Yuan decided. As long as these Shen Huang crystals are not circulated, there would be no impact, and if he alone practices, how would others know? Time passes. 2 years went by in the blink of an eye. Virtual world. Within a personal space, Lin Yuan and Shilan sat facing each other, savoring exotic foods. This roasted dragon meat, even as a delicacy in the virtual world, mustn't be cheap, right? It must cost at least a few cubic universe crystals to taste? Shilan looked at the half-meter-long leg of meat in front of her and couldn't help but comment. The roasted dragon, a special life form from the depths of the cosmic starry sky, matures at 5th rank. What makes roasted dragon most famous is its flesh, savory and tender. When specially prepared, its taste is unparalleled in all of human civilization. Unfortunately, because roasted dragons cannot be domesticated, every pound of roasted dragon meat must be obtained through combat. This has kept the price of roasted dragon meat perennially high. In the virtual world, the roasted dragon meat, retaining only its flavor and devoid of any real effects, still costs several cubic universe crystals per beast. Ha! Lin Yuan took a bite of the roasted dragon meat, a look of enjoyment spreading across his face. In fact, the roasted dragon meat in front of him wasn't purchased by Lin Yuan, but was a gift from the virtual world. Being an 8th-level citizen comes with its perks, including monthly benefits. Not to mention the virtual world's roasted dragon meat, even the real-world version gets delivered, albeit in much smaller quantities. Galaxy Master, your reputation now stands unique among the 9th rank circle. Those special 9th ranks turn pale at the sight of you, and the 9th rank alien race in the Shenhuang secret realm dare not show their faces, Shilan said, her face breaking into a smile. Despite the many openings of the Shenhuang secret realm, the 9th rank evolvers of human civilization, while not much harmed, have also not gained much advantage. Even when human civilization gives rise to a powerful 9th rank evolver during some special periods, they would still prompt a united front from other special 9th ranks within the Shenhuang secret realm. Chapter 631 Great Harvest, 5,200 words, please subscribe. _3 But Lin Yuan? Did those special 9th rank evolvers have such audacity? Right, I have something to tell you. Shilan seemed to recall something and spoke up. Duke and some special 9th rank evolvers from our human civilization instructed me to ask you, do we need to join forces and completely expel other different species from the Shenhuang secret realm? As Shilan spoke, her tone carried a hint of emotion. If it had been before, an ordinary 9th rank evolver like herself would never have caught the eyes of those special 9th rank evolvers of human civilization, let alone Duke, who was once the strongest 9th rank evolver during the era of human civilization. But because of Lin Yuan, because she and the Galaxy Master were on good terms, Duke personally contacted him and spoke in a friendly and equitable manner. The thing Shilan regretted the least was taking the Galaxy Master to hide within the Shenhuang secret realm for those 2 to 3 years to avoid being hunted by the Hunyi. Expel the different species from the Shenhuang secret realm? Lin Yuan fell into contemplation. No problem, Lin Yuan nodded. As a member of human civilization, inherently opposed to those hostile different species, Lin Yuan had no psychological burden in doing these tasks. But probably not in the recent years. Lin Yuan spoke. His Taiyang divine spirit was fully focused on refining the core of the secret realm and had no time for other matters. No problem. Duke and the others said that anything within the next 20 years would work. Shilan smiled, saying that the Shenhuang secret realm would close in 40 years, so starting the cleanse of those 9th rank different species within the next 20 years was almost enough time. It wasn't a difficult task for 9th rank powerhouses of human civilization and their allied races to join forces and locate the positions of those 9th rank different species. They hadn't done so before because it could easily provoke other 9th rank different species to unite, but now, with the Galaxy Master involved, the more those 9th rank different species united, the greater their losses would be. The Shenhuang secret realm. Lin Yuan sat cross-legged. The core of the secret realm floated before him, already mostly refined. Now Lin Yuan, while refining, opened his eyes and felt his own state. Although he had not completely refined the core of the secret realm yet, Lin Yuan now possessed numerous privileges within the secret realm. One such privilege was instant spatial movement. In the Shenhuang secret realm, all forms of instant spatial movement were suppressed. Even Lin Yuan, a formidable 9th rank who had opened up more than 2 billion spatial layers, still had to travel by slow flight. This was not because Lin Yuan's spatial perception was lacking, but rather the rules dictated so. Just as in the main universe, where the maximum flight speed could only reach the speed of light, any faster would require entering wormholes. These are the world's rules. But now, as his control of the Shenhuang secret realm gradually improved, many of the world-imposed limitations had already disappeared, which was also a privilege befitting the master of the secret realm. The virtual world. Dozens of 9th rank evolvers gathered. These 9th rank evolvers, possessing powerful auras, had all opened up at least 10 million spatial layers. Do you think the Galaxy Master will agree to our plan? One of the 9th rank evolvers with 10 million layers couldn't help but ask. Although the Galaxy Master was a 9th rank like them, the numerous 9th rank evolvers present already treated Lin Yuan as a 10th rank powerhouse. That kind of power to instantly eliminate special 9th rank beings, apart from a true 10th rank, who else could achieve it? Not sure. Duke shook his head slightly. He had asked Shilan to pass along their wish to join forces to oust other 9th rank different species, merely his own plan and not part of human civilization's strategy. Therefore the Galaxy Master could agree or not agree. Swoosh. Just at that moment. In this personal space. Xylan's figure appeared. Brother Shilan, how did it go? What did the Galaxy Master say? One after another, evolvers of at least 9th rank myriad heavy realm turned their gaze towards Shilan. This Shilon had never been the focus of so many powerful beings and suddenly felt a bit of pressure. He paused, then said in a deep voice, "The Galaxy Master has agreed, but it will take a few years." Agreed? The Galaxy Master has agreed? A few years, no problem at all. The many ninth-rank myriad heavy realm evolvers breathed a sigh of relief. Although the age of the Galaxy Master was but a fraction of theirs, in the world of evolvers, strength was supreme. The strength of the Galaxy Master had won the respect of all evolvers. Just to make it clear in advance, if the Galaxy Master takes action, he must claim 90% of the harvests, Shilon added. Regarding the division of harvests, although Shilon had not discussed the details with Lin Yuan, he was not about to concede either. 90%? All right. It's trivial, don't say 90%, even 95% would work. The numerous ninth-rank evolvers had no objections. This task could not be accomplished without the Galaxy Master. Relying on them to clear the ninth-rank different species from the secret realm? It would be a fool's dream. So, no matter what conditions the Galaxy Master stipulated, they would agree. To eliminate the ninth-rank alien race was mainly for their own reputation. As for the harvests? Those were of secondary importance. Milky Way main star. Lin Yuan silently opened his eyes. Chapter 632. No matter how strong the Galaxy Master is, can he really kill us all? 5,000 words. Please subscribe. The Mysterious Emperor Lineage's 3 great Tao-protecting secret skills. Incorporate attack, defense, and escape, appearing impeccable, but the premise is that one must be able to cultivate them. But to cultivate them? Is it that easy? All things in the world subtly maintain a certain stable balance. Special life forms with terrifying talents have low reproductive capabilities, and those unique special life forms have no reproductive capabilities at all. The countless citizens of human civilization are on average the bottom tier among the peak clans, yet their reproductive capability is described as defying the heavens. This is a type of balance. Or rather, it's a restriction. The secret techniques are the same, the 3 great Tao-protecting secret skills of the Mysterious Emperor lineage, each one is considered inconceivable. However, to cultivate them, or rather to get started, is far more difficult than one might imagine. If Lin Yuan were a Tier 11 life form, comprehended the complete space rules, rule of time, then such quick mastery of the secret technique could perhaps be barely explained. After all, with a higher view one learns faster whatever the realm. But Lin Yuan was only 9th rank, a 9th rank life, and he had cultivated the mysterious yellow strike to its first stage in just a few years? This young one, with a real breadth of not more than 4,000 years, has opened up so many spatial layers now? The 6-armed silhouette fell silent. According to Lin Yuan's current cultivation speed, at most in 5,000 years, he would be able to cultivate the mysterious yellow strike to the 3rd stage. By then, Lin Yuan's casual strike would emit a blow 4 times the power of his own limit, and would keep this state permanent. In my Mysterious Emperor lineage, while His Majesty was still here, the fastest record to cultivate the mysterious yellow strike to the 3rd stage was 7,394 years, and that person was a Tier 11 life. The 6-armed silhouette thought to himself, a 9th rank life cultivating the secret technique faster than a Tier 11 life? This was something he had never imagined. A 9th rank and Tier 11 life nearly could not be considered the same species. The gap between them was like a chasm. A Tier 11 life could see through the essence in one glance. A 9th rank might take 10,000 years to understand. Maybe not necessarily. Having so smoothly cultivated the 1st stage does not guarantee the 2nd stage, let alone the 3rd stage, will be as smooth. The 6-armed silhouette took a deep breath, suddenly laughed. What am I worrying about? His Majesty's successor should naturally have an exorbitant talent. If not, how could he catch up to His Majesty's pace? The 6-armed silhouette shook his head slightly. At this point, he was too lazy to understand why Lin Yuan's speed in cultivating the secret technique was so fast, as it was meaningless. Just then, the countless spatial layers outside the Xinhuang secret realm suddenly began to ripple with waves. Those 12th rank life forms, are they trying to lock onto the location of the secret realm again? The 6-armed silhouette glanced at it, sneered, even if His Majesty has disappeared for dozens of cosmic eras, but you 12th rank who have not experienced a complete cosmic annihilation, trying to break through His Majesty's methods is just wishful thinking. In the deep depths of the vast spatial layers, several massive beings stood there. Just by standing there, they made many spatial layers give way, forming a domain entirely their own, within which space and time were toys to be tampered with at will. This Shenhuang secret realm, exactly where is it? In becoming more and more curious about its former owner, that emperor. A being with 24 pairs of wings on its back spoke with a grand voice, his tone brimming with curiosity. What shall we do now, still unable to lock onto the location of the secret realm? Another enormous being, miles in size, spoke, his voice disturbing the time and space of the area. What can we do? Go back the way we came. The third towering figure turned around and disappeared into the distance with one step. Umph. The second towering figure's expression remained calm. Each time the Shenhuang secret realm opened, supreme beings would come and try to lock the location coordinates. But without exception all had failed. At the level of supreme beings, most treasures, weapons and secret techniques in the world were of little use to them, but the Shenhuang secret realm was different. Leaving the rest aside, the mere fact of its hiding method was enough to alarm many supreme beings. More so, all supreme beings shared a common thought, that inside the secret realm, there must be a great secret or a great treasure. Otherwise, why would great efforts be made to hide the Shenhuang secret realm, if not for something? Before long, the few supreme beings standing here all disappeared, and the space-time returned to stability. Inside the Shenhuang secret realm, Lin Yuan circulated the mysterious yellow strike, found that the speed of refining the core of the secret realm greatly increased, and his heart was instantly delighted. Among the three great Tao-protecting secret skills of the mysterious emperor lineage, the mysterious yellow strike, ranked as an attack secret technique, isn't quite accurate. It is more like a passive secret technique, applicable in any aspect. Just like now, Lin Yuan used the mysterious yellow strike to speed up the refining of the core of the secret realm, though refining has nothing to do with attacking. Is this the feeling of control? As Lin Yuan's progress in refining the core of the secret realm increased, his control over the secret realm also elevated. Now Lin Yuan could clearly feel every little detail of the peripheral regions of the Shenhuang secret realm, those hidden 9th-rank different species in some corners, and the communications among these 9th-rank different species. None escaped Lin Yuan's perception. Of course, the peripheral region here refers to the peripheral region of the continent where these outsiders had arrived. As for the other two continents, they would gradually come under Lin Yuan's full control as he continued refining the core of the secret realm. To these alien supreme beings, as long as Lin Yuan hadn't stepped into the 12th rank, he was just a pitiful creature in the river of time, destined to one day reach the end of his lifespan and be on the verge of death. Milky Way main star. Lin Yuan was fully dedicated to comprehending the mysterious yellow strike. Among the three great Tao-protecting secret skills of the profound yellow lineage, the Shenhuang physique required a large amount of Shenhuang crystals and was temporarily unfeasible to cultivate. The steps of space and time was a secret technique for escaping, but Lin Yuan currently felt no pressure. His true body was stationed at the Milky Way main star. Within the territory of human civilization, under the watchful eyes of the supreme beings, to say he was absolutely safe was not an exaggeration. The Taiyin primordial spirit was on medium-sized otherworldly battlefield B0001, absorbing world-breaking origin force that overflowed from the eternal spatial rift, unaware of Lin Yuan Taiyin primordial spirit's true identity. And with the power of the Taiyin primordial spirit, hiding in one of the medium-sized otherworldly battlefields was as stable as it could get. As for the Taiyang divine spirit, it had now become the half-owner of the Shenhuang secret realm. In some ways even the supreme beings couldn't do anything about it. There was temporarily no need for the steps of space and time. It's truly worthy of being one of the profound yellow lineage's three great Tao-protecting secret skills. With my current speed of comprehension to reach perfection, it seems it'll take decades. Lin Yuan expressed in a tone of astonishment, unaware that even an 11th rank life would need more than 7,000 years to cultivate this secret technique to its third stage. As for completing all four stages, without tens of thousands of years, it simply couldn't be done. However, if I can step into tier 10 within 10 years, perhaps reaching perfection won't take much time? Lin Yuan pondered internally. The against heaven's understanding Lin Yuan possessed completely depended on the heights he achieved. The one at 9th rank was a completely different concept from that at 10th rank. While he was at 9th rank, Lin Yuan would need to spend decades or even 100 years to cultivate the mysterious yellow strike to perfection. Upon reaching 10th rank, it was estimated that only a few years or even months would be needed. And if he reached tier 11, perhaps mastering the mysterious yellow strike to perfection would be a matter of counting days? Take it slow. I have plenty of time. Details of the mysterious yellow strike surfaced in Lin Yuan's mind as he continued to immerse himself in cultivation. Time passed. In the blink of an eye, 4 years had gone by. In the presence of the Galaxy Master, they all seemed to fade into insignificance. Galaxy Master, Duke greeted Lin Yuan with a nod. Before Lin Yuan, he was the strongest 9th rank of this era in human civilization, having opened up nearly 40 million spatial layers. But now, the title of strongest 9th rank of human civilization naturally fell upon the Galaxy Master. Had it been anyone else, Duke might have felt some discontent. But the Galaxy Master? Having watched the video footage of the Galaxy Master killing Hyunyi, how could Duke dare to harbor any feelings of discontent? Please take your seats, Lin Yuan said with a smile, casually taking the main seat. Galaxy Master, the seal around the outer region of the secret realm is now almost formed. Next, we may face the backlash from those 9th rank alien races, Duke immediately said. At that time, we will need the Galaxy Master to take action, otherwise we wouldn't be able to hold against those 9th rank alien races. 9th rank evolvers of human civilization laid down a blockade on the outer area of the Shenhuang secret realm. Those 9th rank alien races didn't dare to rebel. What was the reason? It was nothing but the fear of the Galaxy Master, who could appear at any moment. Thus, those 9th rank alien races could only flee and hide over and over again. However, the outer area was the smallest region of the Shenhuang secret realm. No matter how much they fled, they would eventually be driven into a corner. That would also be the moment when all 9th rank alien races would rise in rebellion. Among these 9th rank alien races were members of the Insect Race Alliance, the Tianyu Clan Alliance and so on. If they were not wary of the Galaxy Master, they would have already torn through the blockade set by human civilization. No problem. Lin Yuan nodded. Eliminating those 9th rank alien races had always been Lin Yuan's intention, not to mention that in this encirclement, he would be able to obtain 90% of the profits. Then we will trouble the Galaxy Master at that time, Duke said with a smile surfacing on his face. I wonder which area the Galaxy Master is in right now? Duke seemed to think of something and tentatively asked. I am in the outer area, ready to strike at any moment, Lin Yuan said casually. In truth, he was still in the deepest part of the Shenhuang secret realm, but with Lin Yuan's current control over the secret realm, he could appear in any location within it in a mere thought. So saying ready to strike at any moment was not a boast. That's good. With the Galaxy Master here, those alien races had better just wait for their demise. Haha, I have never felt so thrilled. Thank you, Galaxy Master. Each of the 9th rank evolvers was in high spirits. In the past, whenever the secret realm opened, the 9th rank evolvers of human civilization would avoid the 9th rank alien races as much as possible, because fighting to the death inside the secret realm was meaningless. The most important thing was to take the spoils out. But now, the 9th rank evolvers of human civilization were actively hunting down those 9th rank alien races. Although these 9th rank alien races did not represent the full strength of their factions and were only avatars, morale was being boosted. Elsewhere, in a dark space, hundreds of wills descended. Human civilization had the virtual world, allowing all evolvers to communicate and interact in real time. While other different species were unable to build a virtual world like that of human civilization, they had created a space for temporary information exchange. And the hundreds of wills that descended here were those of the 9th rank alien races present in the Shenhuang secret realm. These alien races came from major groups and were basically the strong enemies of human civilization. As for those 9th rank alien races that didn't have significant conflicts with human civilization, as well as some solitary and unique life forms at the 9th rank, they were not within the scope of human civilization's current encirclement. Compared to the laughter and cheerful voices on the side of human civilization, the atmosphere here seemed somewhat lifeless. All the 9th rank alien races were filled with fear. They had all seen the video of the Galaxy Master killing Hyunyi, and they didn't believe they had any chance of winning against the Galaxy Master. What are you all worried about? Even if that Galaxy Master is very powerful, could he really kill us all? After a long time, A leading figure furrowed his brow and looked around as he spoke. Chapter 635 Funding the Enemy? 5,200 words. Please subscribe. As this statement was made, the many ninth-rank powerhouses present slightly relaxed. Although there were only a few hundred ninth-rank powerhouses gathered here, in reality, thousands of ninth-rank powerhouses who were being hunted by human civilization in the Shenhuang secret realm were present, not to mention nearly tens of thousands. The ninth ranks from a few of the Peak Clan's alliance who entered the secret realm accounted for the majority, and the rest were some loners bearing grudges against human civilization. Thousands, nearly tens of thousands of ninth-rank powerhouses, could survive in part even if fleeing from the pursuit of Tier 10 powerhouses, let alone facing the Galactic Star-Lord? In the Shenhuang secret realm, the environment is special, suppressing many spatial techniques, rendering teleportation impossible. Previously, a human evolutionist, Shilon, who had merely created tens of thousands of spatial layers, was able to persist for 3 years, even under the special 9th rank Hunyi, who created over 30 million spatial layers. This was very telling. Indeed, Xylan's evolution path was unique, especially skilled in fleeing danger. But now, were the many 9th rank powerhouses present any less competent? The Supreme Evolution Path? Which of the Peak Clans didn't possess the Supreme Evolution Path? Everyone, the Galactic Star-Lord might indeed be unbeatable, but it doesn't mean we have to let them slaughter us, said one of the 9th rank insect race members as they stood up. Our clan has paid a price to invite the Son of the Tree Realm into the Shenhuang secret realm to contend against that Galactic Star-Lord. Our clan has also paid a price to invite the Dragon Scale King into the Shenhuang secret realm to contend against the Galactic Star-Lord. Our clan has also paid. Several 9th rank powerhouses from the Peak Clans opened their mouths in succession. The content they announced excited the many 9th rank powerhouses present. The Son of the Tree Realm, from the mysterious cosmic secret realm, Tree Realm. This cosmic secret realm houses a dominion holder, the Mother of the Tree Realm. The Mother of the Tree Realm is a rare special entity, an 11th rank peak existence. The entire Tree Realm is, in the strictest sense, her body. The Mother of the Tree Realm has an offspring, known as the Son of the Tree Realm. In the vast universe, such special entities are unique to them alone. Therefore, whether it is the Mother or the Son of the Tree Realm, both are incredibly powerful. Their talents are terrifyingly boundless. The Mother of the Tree Realm presides over the Tree Realm, and even the Supreme Beings are reluctant to attack, mainly because it is pointless. With the Mother of the Tree Realm's strength, even if she isn't a match for a Supreme Being, she still has some means of resistance. At least she has the ability to cause the collapse of the Tree Realm in front of a Supreme Being. Thus, even if a Supreme Being attacks the Mother of the Tree Realm, they wouldn't gain any benefits. Additionally, since the Mother of the Tree Realm voluntarily surrendered to the insect race, willing to offer a pound of Tree Realm essence every 10,000 years, she has been able to survive to this day. As for the Son of the Tree Realm, currently at 9th rank, being such a special entity with a tremendous lifespan, the Sun has been at 9th rank for at least tens of millions of years. Therefore, under normal circumstances, the major clusters in the universe wouldn't consider such a special entity within the range of 9th rank, because they aren't normal 9th rank beings. As for the Dragon Scale King, he is a similar existence to the Son of the Tree Realm. The Mother of the Tree Realm? And the Dragon Scale King? These are legendary 9th rank beings, not within the normal range of 9th rank life forms. A few 9th rank powerhouses whispered among themselves, their confidence greatly increasing. No matter if it's the Mother of the Tree Realm, the Dragon Scale King, or others, their lifespans are frighteningly long. The lifespan of a normal 9th rank being might not even compare to a few seclusions they take. Therefore, if they are included within the normal range of 9th rank beings, it would be somewhat unfair to other 9th rank beings. With such reinforcements, what threat is the Galactic Star-Lord? The 9th rank insect race looked around at the many powerhouses, emitting a profound mental fluctuation. He and several of the other Peak Clan powerhouses exchanged glances. This time, the clans paid such a price partly to not emerge empty-handed from their venture into the Shenhuang secret realm, and partly to preserve their avatars. The doppelganger skill, though a semi-public secret technique among the major clans, the death of an avatar and its reformation demanded a considerable price. If so many 9th rank powerhouses were to fall in the Shenhuang secret realm at once, even if they were only avatars, it would substantially impact the major clans. Finally, it was a few of the Peak Clans wanting to probe the true strength of the Galactic Star-Lord. Previously, when the Galactic Star-Lord killed Hunyi, it was an instant kill. Other than learning that the Galactic Star-Lord was powerful and that he had created at least hundreds of millions of spatial layers, nothing else was known. This time, inviting so many legendary ninth ranks to participate was intended to ascertain the limits of the Galactic Star-Lord. Perhaps the Supreme Beings cared little for the Galactic Star-Lord, but those beneath them, the Tier 10 and 11th rank powerhouses, were very concerned. Because possibly, in a distant future, they might face the Galactic Star-Lord in battle on the large alien battlefield. Since they were inevitably going to fight against the Galactic Star-Lord, naturally they wanted to gather as much intelligence about him as possible. In the Shenhuang secret realm, in an outer region within a spacious canyon, thousands of ninth-rank different species had been driven here. And outside, several hundred human civilization evolvers had set up a blockade. Several hundred ninth-rank powerhouses blocking thousands, even tens of thousands, of ninth-rank powerhouses? It seemed like a tall tale. There was no significant difference in individual strength between the two sides, and the blockading side was 10 times fewer in number than the blockaded. But this was the reality. Due to the deterrence of the Galactic Star-Lord. Chapter 636 Aiding the Enemy? 5,200 words. Please subscribe. _2 No ninth rank alien race would dare to resist or hesitate. If their resistance caused the Galaxy Master to come, wouldn't that be seeking death? Indeed, in the hearts of all ninth rank alien races, even if the Galaxy Master were strong, he couldn't possibly kill their tens of thousands of ninth ranks. But if the Galaxy Master was determined to kill, he might not finish tens of thousands, but a few hundred were still within the realm of hope to be killed. No ninth rank alien race wanted to be one of those few hundred. Therefore, when facing the encirclement of human evolvers, even if the other side was not as strong as they were, those ninth rank alien races would choose to flee rather than try to counterkill. Outside the canyon, Duke and several other special ninth ranks from human civilization were also observing the distant canyon. We can only suppress them to this point. Any more suppression, and it would force these different species to resist, a special ninth rank of human civilization said. These ninth rank alien races have been chased to this point and dare not fight back. Apart from the fear of the Galaxy Master, what was more important was that they still had a way out. But now, all different species had been suppressed within the canyon, with many spatial layers also sealed off. These ninth rank alien races now had no way out, and further suppression at this point would only arouse their willingness to resist. Galaxy Master. Where is the Galaxy Master? A few special ninth ranks from humanity spoke with some concern. They had already cornered all the ninth rank alien races here. If the Galaxy Master still did not show up, it would be the turn of humanity's evolvers to flee for their lives. The Galaxy Master said he would come, so he will definitely come, Duke said with a firm tone. The rest of the special ninth ranks felt slightly reassured. Just then, above the canyon, suddenly a figure appeared. The figure was a young man wearing a long robe, standing as if connected to countless spatial layers. Galaxy Master. The Galaxy Master has arrived. On the side of human civilization, spirits were uplifted upon seeing Lin Yuan appear. On the other hand, inside the canyon, the numerous ninth-rank alien races had grave expressions, with even fear emerging. Galaxy Master? It is said that the Galactic Star Master has opened at least 100 million spatial layers? 100 million spatial layers? I wonder if the Tree Realm's child, the Dragon Scale King, could match up to the Galaxy Master. Each of the ninth-rank alien races had a somber face, feeling immense pressure. Even though they also had their trump cards and backup plans when truly facing the Galaxy Master, they still couldn't maintain their composure. The Tree Realm's child, the Dragon Scale King, though powerful, had never killed a special ninth rank, but the Galaxy Master had, and he had killed Hunyi, a ninth rank who had opened more than 30 million spatial layers. Who wouldn't fear that? Everyone's here? Lin Yuan looked down and asked, "Are there other presences hiding somewhere?" Lin Yuan glanced at several inconspicuous locations, where he sensed several subtle presences, much stronger than Hunyi. This wasn't reliant on Lin Yuan's perception, but rather the special privileges of being the Shenhuang secret realm's half-owner. Although Lin Yuan had not yet completely refined the core of the secret realm, he had refined 95% of it, and his control over it goes without saying. Knowing that I have the ability to kill Hunyi, yet still inviting so many reinforcements, Is it to probe my true strength? Lin Yuan pondered, guessing the purposes of the several peaked different species. Those few subtle presences, much stronger than Huni, inviting such existences, what would the cost be? Probing my true strength. Lin Yuan's expression remained calm. When previously killing Huni, Lin Yuan had only activated the power of 200 million spatial layers. 200 million spatial layers. Although it was unprecedented, compared to the more than 20 billion spatial layers Lin Yuan had truly opened up, it was nothing. I still cannot reveal all my strength, Lin Yuan decided. Previously, in the history of the cosmic starry sky at the 9th rank, the most spatial layers someone had opened were not more than 100 million. Lin Yuan opening 200 million spatial layers was truly unimaginable, but it still hadn't exceeded by too much, and should he reveal more than 20 billion spatial layers? Lin Yuan felt that even supreme beings would be shocked and might make a move regardless of their pride. 200 million spatial layers didn't concern a supreme being, but more than 20 billion spatial layers was a different matter. The apparent tenfold difference was actually more like a difficulty increase by hundreds, thousands, even tens of thousands of times. Down in the canyon, the numerous 9th rank alien races were observing Lin Yuan. Just then, under the shocked gazes of all the 9th rank alien races, the Galaxy Master standing in the void raised his right hand and pressed down toward them. A rumble sounded. The force of 200 million spatial layers came crushing down, threatening to annihilate everything in front of them. Not good. The 9th rank insect race's expression changed drastically. He immediately roared loudly, "Fellows, won't you make a move yet?" Whoosh. 4 presences suddenly converged, coming together from all directions, one of them being a tree-like life form whose branches trembled, vibrating with the vast force of space. Another presence belonged to an elder personified life form with golden dragon scales, with his every move terrifying vitality spread out. The 4 powerful beings joined hands to oppose the Galaxy Master. Each of their strengths was far beyond Huni, with the spatial layers they had opened numbering close to 90 million, near 100 million. At a far distance from the canyon, a multitude of 9th rank powerhouses were watching the spectacle. These 9th rank powerhouses were mostly uninvolved with human civilization and not on the list for this encirclement, so they could casually stay here. Chapter 637 Aiding the Enemy? 5,200 words. Please subscribe. Underscore the Galaxy Master has finally made an appearance. Is that the Galaxy Master? The cosmic will really favors humans too much. When compared with us, special life forms bestowed with innate talents. Those Galaxy Masters. Being able to witness the Galaxy Master in action, this trip to the secret realm is indeed worthwhile. The multitude of 9th order strong ones talked and laughed with one another, seemingly at ease. At ease? Of course they were, since it wasn't them who had to endure the beating. The Galaxy Master has made a move. Who are those 4 strong ones that suddenly appeared? Children of the Tree Realm? And the Dragon Scale King? Those peak clans really went all out, even inviting these individuals. The group of 9th order strong ones who were watching the battle suddenly widened their eyes. Originally, they thought it would be a one-sided situation. With the strength of the Galaxy Master, the 9th ranked alien race's side would surely face a complete defeat. After all, that group of 9th rank aliens from different species couldn't possibly cooperate wholeheartedly. Facing the matchless Galaxy Master, they would definitely think to just run faster than the other strong ones, who would stay behind and desperately hold back the Galaxy Master. However, the appearance of the Children of the Tree Realm and the Dragon Scale King, along with the other 2 special 9th rank individuals, showed the many 9th order strong ones another possibility. If these 4 special 9th rank individuals could hold back the Galaxy Master, the remaining human civilization evolvers would find it difficult facing the counterattack from thousands, if not tens of thousands, of 9th rank aliens from different species. Galaxy Master, who would have thought that in this era, such an unrivaled genius like you would emerge? The child of the tree realm, maintaining its ancient tree form, sent out mental waves, filled with a fighting spirit as it looked at Lin Yuan. The other 3 were the same. The reason they agreed to support the 9th rank alien race within the Shenhuang secret realm was not only because those peak clans paid a hefty price. It was also because they wanted to witness an opponent like the Galaxy Master. You've also come to court death? Lin Yuan continued to manipulate the power of the numerous spatial layers. Now that he knew the purpose of the different species, he naturally would not reveal more of his strength. Instead, he kept the number of spatial layers around the 200 million mark. The inability to increase the number of spatial layers didn't mean Lin Yuan could not use other means. For instance, the mysterious yellow strike? The forces of the numerous spatial layers, further empowered by the mysterious yellow strike, transformed into terrifying blows, one after another, making the four strong ones including the child of the tree realm suffer tremendously. Boom. It was at this moment that one of the strong ones exploded, falling on the spot. Of course, what had fallen was merely an avatar that had entered the Shenhuang secret realm. Whether the child of the tree realm or the dragon scale king, what they had sent were just avatars. There's no escape. The child of the tree realm sighed internally. The four of them, united, were teetering on the brink of collapse before the Galaxy Master. Now that one had died, they had even less hope. In the canyon below, seeing that there was no chance for the situation to turn around, the 9th rank insect race turned around and looked at the many 9th rank alien races behind them and said, "Gentlemen, the Galaxy Master is cruel. If we continue to stay here, we will eventually die at the hands of the Galaxy Master." After the 9th rank insect race finished, it looked at the faces of the many 9th rank alien races and continued to say, "That being the case, it would be better for us to directly enter the inner and the core areas. These areas are much larger than the peripheral zone. It's basically impossible for human evolvers to set up a blockade in the inner core areas." As soon as these words were spoken, the many 9th rank alien races on the scene immediately understood the meaning. Rather than die at the hands of the Galaxy Master or human evolvers, it would be better to hide in the inner and the core areas. There the range far exceeded that of the peripheral zones, and it was impossible for human civilization's evolvers to establish another blockade. Even if the secret realm was to eventually close, them dying from the secret realm's annihilation was preferable to their treasures falling into the hands of human civilization's evolvers. After all, they were going to die one way or another. Why aid the enemy? Let's go, let's go, let's go. Well, head to the inner area now. Right, even in death we can't let human civilization gain any benefits. The numerous 9th rank alien races within the canyon immediately flew toward the inner and core areas. Up in the sky, Lin Yuan crushed the last child of the tree realm to dust and then saw numerous 9th rank alien races fleeing towards the inner and core areas. Once the Shenhuang secret realm closes, all outsiders in the inner and core areas, they would rather leave their collected treasures in the secret realm than let human evolvers have them? Lin Yuan immediately figured out the intentions of those 9th rank alien races. Then a strange look emerged on his face. What difference was there between leaving their collected treasures in the secret realm and giving them to him?